Every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show. On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show.
All right. Happy people. Welcome aboard. Welcome to yet another edition of your favorite Sunday infotainment. Music for your quality feet, running for the next 180 minutes live on a Sunday. You know what? The weather is not bad today. I've kind of expected it to be a little cold, but it wasn't that bad. Stepped out of church today, walked out of the house, and it was nice and very, very, very comforting, very welcoming. And I do hope that at this very moment in time, that's exactly how you're feeling as well. Welcoming, comforting, comfortable, pleasant, happy, cheerful. Glad to be here as we get ready for yet another episode of your show, Music for Quality Feet, brought to you each and every week by kind courtesy of Remitly. Hey. When it comes to money matters this week, yeah, Charlie. Boy, oh boy, good old Ghana City has been on a roll. I mean, how crazy has that been, though? It's been a while. I remember I was in Ghana in January, second week in January. I remember changing money for $6, 6 cedis, 70 pesos. That was $1, 6.70. In fact, usually, you know what? I make notations of this thing, so I'm sure I have it somewhere. Let me pull it up. There we go. January, 6 cedis, 27 pesos. February, that's $1 to CD rate. 6 cedis, 70 pesos. March, 7 cedis, 30 pesos. April, 7.25. May, 7.78. Then I went in June. I remember June, when I got to Ghana, I was 7.93. And then I had a friend who was coming from the US. They would say, oh, Charlie, I want to swap some money. I said, yeah, 7 something. And she said, oh, no, in time I just saw the sign. 8.30. So that was late June into early July. $8.30 CD. Then, August, 9 CD. September, 9.9. October, we roll for 14. Hey! Hey. I mean, I have a lot of sympathy for people running economies everywhere in the world. I mean, it must be a tough time, though. This week, everybody seems to be an expert over in England. Let's trust. Partying. The system runs. But if you want to be an expert, go on Facebook. Everybody's an expert there. And I'm sure they've had their tough times as well. And then I don't know how many of you saw the Minister of Finance. There was an IMF meeting last week. So Dallas Airport. They had citizens of Pakistan at the airport ready to give them flowers, and everybody was hooting at the finance minister. Charlie, crazy. Country's growing wild as far as, everybody's economy is concerned. I know, I'm sure COVID had some impact on that. And then Ukraine. But Charlie, you forget all that one. Now everybody in Wahala. Mao is the Accra town, Ghana economy. Man, this is wild. It just changes. I remember I put up a video on Facebook 2 days ago about the dollar hitting 14. And then by the end of the day, it was 15. I don't even know how all this is controlled. Somebody asked me if I had somebody from the Ministry of Finance on the show today. I don't know. No, today, no. But I said, I don't know. I try hard not to, make this politically slanted. Unfortunately, every time I do something Ghana related, it seems to have some people trending left or right. Hey, people, you're doing something and you're doing MPP. No. That's not what my intentions were on a Sunday at all. It's all to have a wonderful time after a long, stressful week, and also to look forward to the pleasant days ahead. And I'll keep it that way. But Charlie, maybe if this, I don't even know what the dollar is now. If by Thursday dollar hits 16 cities, I think Sunday I'll get somebody in the studio. Because this one, I heard somebody say the economy is taking shape. This shape, yeah. This shape ain't good at all. No. This is not the shape we're looking for. Not at all. Anyway, welcome aboard another edition of MQF. Sunday, October 23rd. Oh, my good friend, my dentist, Evelyn Pokukwati, Evelyn Abakan, it's your birthday today. It's the golden one. Evelyn, have a wonderful day. Charlie, October 3rd is the B. Pain and Kakra yesterday. Happy birthday to you as well. But today, we'll continue a series of breast cancer awareness, which we've been touching on. Hey, yesterday. So let me tell you about what's coming up today, right? Today, we have in the studios, it's October. Let me take my time. Let me drop this. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Week, and it is mental health awareness week as well. So I think at the top of the hour, maybe another 45 minutes or so, we'll have a mental health advocate. Her name is ML Brookshire, talk a little bit about her organization. I'll give a few minutes for that. And then we'll focus on breast cancer awareness. And we have three wonderful ladies with us in the studio today who will be with us. Janet Brackwenhiapa with Safe Haven Cancer Support Society. We had her on last year. She talked about her organization. We talked about her own challenges going through breast cancer when she discovered and what she's doing right now with the Safe Haven Cancer Support Society. And then we have Gloriana Sibe. I haven't met Gloriana, but I have a strong feeling she went to a Brig Girls because a lot of comments I've been seeing on Facebook and Instagram. The feedback usually gives you an idea of what will happen on Sunday, and a lot of feedback seems to come from a Brig Girls. Well, I suspect she probably went to a Brig Girls. And then, so Gloriana will tell us her story as well and where she is right now. And then there's another young lady, Lorraine Sally Asante, Mrs. Asante, who would also talk to us about her story as well. It has a little bit of a religious twist to it, discovering what happened to her earlier parts of this year, and where she is now in her fight against breast cancer. Very compelling stories from three amazing ladies right here on the show. And then, of course, it will be interspersed with what we do best, music along the way, old school Afrobeats, and gospel, everything in between. Oh yeah, why did I stop? Because I was telling you about last week. So last week's show we had Pink for Africa, Juliet Mills-Lutrot, CEO Pink for Africa. We had Chewizi. Chewizi is a breast cancer survivor. She was on the program all the way live from India. And of course we had Dr. Osebi. So yesterday, I live here in Maryland. Yesterday I stepped out to Laurel, Maryland, which is not too far, 20 minutes away from here. Then I bump into this lady. I don't know her. But she was looking at me and started smiling. If I was 20, 21, I'll be smiling. Hey, Charlie, who this lady give me a nice smile. But now, I'm old school, Charlie. I'm even too tired. But I see the smile, and I smiled back. My memory is not very good now anyway, so I thought maybe it was somebody I know that I couldn't remember. But then she walks up to me and she says, hi, are you Fischel? As soon as she said that, I knew it was MQF related. So I was ready. Yeah, I've gotten used to that a little bit, smiling when even you don't know who they are. She said, yes. She says, oh, I watch your show. I said, thank you very much. Then she switched tangent. She said, I saw your show last week with your guest. You were talking about breast cancer. I said, yes. It was a very moving program. So immediately after it, I played one more song and I ended. It was a bit too heavy for me to continue. She said, yes, I listened from beginning to end. I just wanted to tell you I'm a breast cancer survivor as well. I said, oh. And he said, yes, it's come back again. And I wanted to get in touch with your doctor because he mentioned a few things and I wanted to ask some questions. It just, then it just threw me away. But sitting here in my little corner on Sunday, sometimes I come downstairs and I'm like, Charlie, I'm tired. I mean, why am I even doing this? And then moments like that, it hits me and says, wow. Sometimes you relax and say, you tune into CNN, you tune into MSNBC, you tune in all these for news. But from your own little corner, the little things you do, be touching people along the way. So just moved away. I just moved away. And we had a conversation with her, which is private, I'm not going to talk about now. But I walked away from her and suddenly was motivated to do this show again today and subsequent weeks if the good Lord gives me the strength to go through that. Because I realize that anything we say here, anything we do here, touches somebody one way or the other. And my goal is that it touches you positively each and every Sunday in whatever it is. It could be health related. It could be musically related. It could be economically related. It could be financially motivated. It could be whatever it is, whatever network that this MQF program is building. Long may it continue, and long may it be successful. So thank you very much, each and every one of you, as usual, for all you do every Sunday. We will continue to do the same from our side. Okay, so today it will be ML, it will be Janet, it will be Gloriana, and it will be Lorraine. Behind the music is still the same. The name is Fisho. The team behind the scene, you know them all. You might not see them, but everything you hear is by kind courtesy of them. Peter and Paula Kwabwa, Lillian and Belinda Lamte, Adrian Achampo and Kofi. Sylvia Sewa went to me, Fako went to me. And far and away, everybody out there on Zoom, everybody out there on Facebook. Facebook family, join us later on YouTube. The YouTube family, of course. And for all of you broadcasting or listening live on radio, Afro Star Radio or Dadia Radio, welcome to today's edition. Our partnership with Remitly continues. Remitly is a trusted online money transfer service. Receive money wherever you are. Look, sometimes you log on and you see the rates, you're like, huh? Really? Yes, it is. No need to put big money in your pocket whilst you're flying to Accra, Ghana. Save the money here, get to Ghana, use Remitly to send it to yourself, receive the CDs in bulk, be safe wherever you are, and have a wonderful stay. Christmas is coming. It's some days a week away, unless you're Berlinda. So stay tuned. Old school ML with mental health awareness, and then a little music, and then back to Breast Cancer Awareness Week on the show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show.
What's the problem? You always complain when there's chicks are starving. What type of game is this? I used to support you. I thought you'd appreciate some of the things that I bought you. Shoes from Milan, Louis Vuitton, animals on back and jewels on your arm. Mommy is nothing to make moves with a dawn. Loom the big fish, leave them fools in the pond.
Just when I made up my mind, I don't want you at all. Just you only makes you wanna call now. Can you try and tell me what made you choose her as your friend?
Chose a perfect friend, baby.
Just when I think you've given up, it's you again. she was. You say I was not the one.
I didn't mean it, girl. I'm sorry about that.
My friends say I was in and out, defending you as a perfect friend. Now new rumors have risen up. It's you again. Now all I can say. It's been so long since I heard your voice last summer. To be honest, it made me smile when I seen your number.
Yeah, baby, you know I miss you.
Baby, tell me what I should reconsider being your friend.
You know what?
Maybe someday in your dreams, my love, you could say, damn, it's you again. Now all I can say.
The old school professor.
Uptown, 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 uptown.
On my way to see my friends, to live a couple blocks away from me. As I walk through the subway, must have been about 3:15 in front of me. But a beautiful honey with a beautiful body. She asked me for the time. I said the cost of the name, 6-digit number, and I think to meet tomorrow at 9. Did she decline? No. Didn't she mind? I don't think so. Was it for real? Damn sure. What was the deal? A pretty girl is 24, so was she keen? She couldn't wait. Sitting a queen, and let me update. What did she say? She said she loved to rendezvous. She asked me what we were gonna do. Some stuff, but about a moment, what's it Monday? Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love on Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. Met this guy on Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love on Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. Mine was done, 'cause I be getting mine. She was looking fine. Sweet talker, she told me she loved to unfold me all night long. Ooh, I love the way she kicked it from the front to the back, she flipped it. And yeah, hope that you care, 'cause I'm a man who'll always be there. I'm not a man to play around, baby, 'cause the one that's there isn't really there. From the first impression, you don't seem to be like that, 'cause there's no need to check, for there'll be plenty time for that. From the subway to my home, and it's ringing up my phone. When you're feeling all alone, all you gotta do is just call me Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. Met this guy on Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. We were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday we chilled on Sunday. Since I met this special lady, ooh yeah. Since I met this special lady. Gotta do what I gotta do. Do what I gotta do. understand. And you don't really know a man until you've been where I've been and lose the things I've lost. But can you change the way that you look at me? All that you can say to me ain't just the same. It's the same no more, no more, no more. We don't even talk no more. Don't I get up every day? Don't I bring home all my pay? Don't I do whatever it takes if I can just get my baby out the ghetto? Yeah, what I gotta do, I gotta do what I gotta do, what I gotta see, what I gotta see. Cash rules everything around me. Do what I gotta do, be who I gotta be who I got to be. For you, 'cause we can't live without the money. She's afraid to get involved. She ain't willing to fall in love. It's such a risk to take and a big mistake by the way I make my living. But I let you know from the door that that's the way it is and that's the way it goes. It's the only life I know. But you can't do nothing to change that, baby. Yeah. You can say to me, oh, the same guy that I used to be. We don't talk no more. Don't I get up every day? Don't I bring home all my pay? Don't I do whatever it takes if I could just get my baby out of bed? Oh yeah, what I gotta do, I do what I gotta do. Oh yeah, yeah. See, 'cause cash rules everything around me. What I gotta do, be who I gotta be who I got to be. 'Cause we can't live without money.
On your screen, the lights of Milton King. Good evening to you, Shirley. Good to see you logged in, man.
Professor.
Seems unfair.
Annalise. I still have that Christmas present up there, man. Thank you again. As we kick it inside with Maxi Priest.
Some guys have all the things. Some guys have a little sunshine in their life. My life is always filled with rain.
Out of Waterloo, England, Akostra AstraZeneca. Good evening to you.
Give my love a try. My love, their arms are open wide. Some guys have all the things. Some guys have all the things. Some guys have a little sunshine in their lives. My life is always filled with rain.
The old school professor.
We never talked about it, but I hear the blame was mine. And I called you up to say I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want to waste your time. 'Cause I love you, but I can't take anymore. There's a look I can't describe in your eyes. If we could try like we tried before, would you keep on telling me those lies? Do you remember? Do you remember? There's no way to make up, 'cause it seemed you might have said, when the way you look adore me, it's a look I know I'll never.
Mona and G-Boy, good afternoon to you. Dr. Yabua, nice one, man.
You could have come over tonight.
Kobanks.
You could
Rowena, Titan. Long time no see. Welcome aboard, man.
You could have tried to see the distance between us, but it seemed too far for you to go. So far
To the lady on the left. On the right, though. You look familiar.
remember.
I've always said all I used to listen to was reggae. Until I met the lady on the right on your screen. And this is one of the first songs I heard, man.
To all of my life, start all the pain. You know people are far sometimes. They just can't wait to get hurt again. Tell me, do you remember? Things
Anita and Rex, how are you? Anita, all my money went to HMV. Remember them days, man. Maureen, good evening. Good to see you all. Hey, Ivy Rose, good evening. Hey. My good friend Fatima Seydu Ayuma. Good afternoon to you. Yes, your song is coming up next. And of course, you, Randy Abe. Velma Tete, Ruth Aite, Sophie Fiatha, Kobe. Come on, guys, let's go.
You are the beat on me arm, topic on me dream. Remember that you know no matter how it's in your brain, join on me life. Girl, you are me queen. You know my loving is pure and clean. So don't you ever leave me, stay by me side. Loving you is easy, my future bright. Oh man, my heart is open wide. The way you make me feel, I just can't hide it.
Mr. George, hey, I haven't seen you in about, what, 2 weeks? That's crazy. Where have you been, man?
Just leave me standing alone in the world, sure going. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe
That's my man right there, King Dofu. Welcome, man. Good evening to you.
I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. She's never satisfied. Scream at each other. This is what it sounds like. It does cry. Touch, if you will, my stomach. I feel how it trembles inside. Now you got the butterfly.
G-Fago Mashi. Water or strictly water? Strictly water.
Just leave me standing.
Good to have you on there, boss lady, man. Happy Sunday to you.
Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe my father maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. This is what it sounds like. It don't
Nakra Yinsu, happy birthday to you, man.
Sitting in my class, just to
Dr. Taki, a hearty evening to you, man.
You stepped up on the scene, you running. Me stressing like you know I just. How you put that thing on me, I was sweet.
Hey, Akosi, I see little Naima in the background, man. Gaima, hey, how are you?
That somebody else getting next to you. Can't walk around like I was your fool. Cause being who I am, I can't lose my cool. My friends keep telling me about things going on, but deep in my heart, baby, I hope that I'm wrong. Yeah, oh yeah. Somebody sleeping in my bed, my bed. Taking my place. Whoa, I come home early, expecting a warm embrace, but something's wrong, 'cause it's written on your face. Said it hurt so bad when I walked through the door. But you know one thing, I ain't coming back no more. Don't try to tell me things are still the same. 'Cause when we made love, I heard you call his name. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sleeping in my head. Messing with my head.
Breast Cancer Awareness Week alongside Mental Health Awareness Week. Live on MQF, man. And pretty soon, first guest will be coming up another 7 or 8 minutes or so. In the meantime, old school. Hey, I had a conversation this weekend with somebody. Don't let me interrupt the
I
dance.
ain't got no buzz, and can't nobody do it like we does. It's a must rap bust, any mic you hand to me, and represent for the rest of the family.
Well, I'm known for making moves on my own big songs, and how I keep it coming strong to the early morning.
Let me interrupt the regular schedule, twisted off high levels of bubonic, choking amateurs till they
I
vomit.
make them sick 'cause I'm the williest.
Too much for you to deal with, my the ride quick, survive or die.
Why switch? This remix hurts every day. It's like this, and I never stop putting in work. I rock from LA to Drew Hill, something you can feel. All I'm about is $1 bill. What the deal?
Funkier than Parliament, stay bent behind tent. Keep paying my rent, my goldie 8-cent link. BBS describe best what's on the
You
fence.
make believe without a drink.
Having a conversation about music earlier during the week with a couple of friends. About how music is done professionally and what it takes to do that professionally. And how that pays off in the long run, man. And then I played this song. And I asked what does this song remind you of? And he couldn't get it. And I was surprised. I thought everybody would know this one. So let me switch. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on Zoom, if you're listening on Facebook, what current song does this one remind you of? Let's go with this one soon.
DJ Fish Show, the old school professor.
What does this song remind you of? What current song does this one remind you of? She makes 70% of the current royalties.
Who do you think I am? Don't you know that he was my man? But I chose to let him go. So why do you act like I still care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt when I'm the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget I had him first.
Stop blaming me.
He wasn't man enough for me.
Now here's your chance.
I've already had your man.
You wonder just where he's been.
And I'll be worried about him now.
This time you know the truth.
I think he's just a man for you.
Alfred Sakifio, you're on point. Kakra Yinsu, you're on point. Sak, you're on point. Hey, Tapahana, you're live as well. Yes, you're correct. Half Puff, you're correct on that one, man. Nana Sewa, you're absolutely correct. Burner Boy on that one, man. Last, that's where it comes from. And you know, Tony Braxton gets 70% of the royalties of this song, man. When you do it well.
So why do you act like I still care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt when I'm the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget I had him first.
Stop blaming me.
He wasn't man enough for me.
Now here's your chance.
I've already had your man.
Just where he's been.
And I'll be worried about him now.
This time you know the truth.
I think he's just a man for you. Girlfriend, but you marry him.
Nothing to discuss, cause I'm the one by default. And without any doubt, I'm a me happy adult. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl insult. I'm a man that's in the dark. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love. I know holy and I know that can go like the Baba fly. Don't cry, I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow.
I need Igbo or Shayo. Hey, Belinda sings it in some weird way. I don't even know how. Huh? Igbo or Shayo? You know what Shayo is, right? Yeah. Huh? She had no clue, and she alone has some different version of that. I need Igbo or Shayo. That one to be waiting, man. Let me bring it back, man. Mix it up with Tony Braxton as we get next into the hour. Pretty soon, hold tight, man.
I did Patagot run and kill Soboma. I did try to buy moto, one Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Lucky Bona. Now some more to remake with that pain all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Venice. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Timbani at you.
I'ma do anything you want me to do. Maybe another time, maybe another life. You will be my wife and we'll get it right. Don't cast, last. Now everybody go job breakfast. Have to say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo. To the love of my life. My eye, yo. Don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow.
I need to go Oshayo. Last. Everybody go chop breakfast. Everybody go chop breakfast, meaning everybody will get a broken heart. Igbo Oshayo. Weed and alcohol. Oh boy.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club, sipping my weight is where you find me. The back of the club, macking my crew's behind me. Mad question asking, passing, music blasting. But I just can't quit because one of these honeys Biggie got to creep with, sleep with, keep the ep a secret. Why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig and in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benz that see notes by the layers. True to life players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the by the tree. When you call me Big Papa, throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. When you call me Big Papa, to the honeys getting money, playing fellas like dummies. When you call me Big Papa, you gotta up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Straight up, honey, really I'm asking. Most of these fellas think they be macking, but they be acting. Who they attracting with that line? What's your name? What's your sign? Soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your interests are. Who you be with? Things to make you smile. What numbers to dial? You gonna be here for a while? I'm gonna call my crew. You gonna call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Plans to leave, throw the keys to little C's. Pull the truck up front and roll up the next one so we can steam on the way to the telly. Go fill my belly. A T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right, boo? Forget the telly, we just go to the crib and watch a movie in the jacuzzi, smoke while you do me. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You gotta up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.
Man, it's Harlem. Boogie down. Manhattan. Back to Staten. Hey, yo, I'm standing at the bar with a Cuban cigar. Hey, yo, I think she's eyeing me from far.
All right, then, inside the second hour of the program, we come at 4 minutes after 5 Eastern time, right here on the East Coast, kicking it old school, everything in between. But of course, this week, we have 2 sessions for the interviews. I mean, we have 2 interview sessions on the show. And so I wanted to get ready to talk with my first guest. My first guest is a mental health advocate. 2 sessions for the interviews. I mean, we have 2 right here in the U.S. in Houston, but currently doing a lot of work with her organization she calls Clubhouse Ghana. And I don't even know if she's going to stick with the name Clubhouse Ghana, because from what I heard, she's expanding into about 7 different countries. I'll leave all the talking for now and have a conversation with ML as soon as she unmutes. As soon as she unmutes and she's ready.
Hello,
okay.
Hello, for sure,
Right.
I can hear you.
Now, hello, how are you, Mona? I mean, ML. You go with ML now. How are you, ML?
I'm wonderful.
Okay. Now, I know that if I gave you the opportunity to speak for 2 hours nonstop, you could do that. But absolutely not. I know you're on the way to the airport, extremely busy individual, and yet you offered to give us about 20 minutes of your time today to have a conversation about mental health awareness. It is something you've been passionate about for quite a while, right?
Yes, really, really, and truly.
Okay, and what are you doing now? I don't need to make that introduction. Can you tell us what you're doing now? What do you want to talk to us about today?
Okay, so I'm
Or
very happy.
let me start. Just tell us a little bit about you, and then tell us what you're doing related.
Okay, so my name is ML Brookshire Ne Blemieza. I was born in Ghana, arrived here at 19 on a scholarship for college, and also I have an MBA in social media management and marketing management. Marketing and promotions are my passion. But in addition to that, I also have a very soft spot for mental health as a whole. And it's a personal reason that I have that passion, for those of you that know me. So I've been trying my best at all costs to make a difference. And I'm happy to announce that now with Clubhouse Ghana, we are 7 countries strong. So there's Clubhouse Nigeria, there's Clubhouse Ivory Coast, there's Clubhouse Congo. Those are the 3 that I convinced to go for training, which they went and got trained, and they are officially legitimately trying to get under my NGO to build something for themselves. Then there's also Zambia, Gambia, Tanzania, and Malawi. These are the next 3 that will be training next quarter to all be under the umbrella of my organization. And I started this with a dream of wanting to make a change. And today I'm happy to announce that I am CEO for Clubhouse Africa and have been endorsed by Clubhouse International. This show will be able to show you an actual video of my Chief Executive Officer or Chief Operating Officer, Jackie Atsko, endorsing what I do, regardless of what anyone else thinks, and making a difference in the lives of individuals.
Okay, just tell us, so you've given us a wide range of what you plan to do. Can you tell us a little bit of how it started with Clubhouse Ghana? I mean, you've been running this for what, 2 years, 3 years?
So it was in 2019. My mother had actually said someone that she knew's son was at a clubhouse in New York. So she asked me to go there to get mental health rehabilitation advice for myself. So when I got there, because I lived in Staten Island, it was too far away to be able to commute to the location. So they gave me somewhere else closer. And when I went there, they said I had high functionality. So I wouldn't fit in the mold of those who were there as patients. They normally put you together with those who are like you so that you can have a community of sorts and feel like you're in a home away from home. So I was too functional and they did not accept my application. But when I did see, and what I realized was people do need to feel like they are accepted, that they're not being discriminated against or nobody's after them in terms of judgment, so we can eradicate the stigma. So at that point in time that I was high functional for the program itself, I called the international office in 2019 and asked what it takes to start a clubhouse. They gave me a lot of information, which you can go to the site and see. I read it all and I said, this is what I want to do. Regardless of my day job as a cybersecurity manager, I want to dedicate my life to building this legacy and an empire I'm building with my entire team of dedicated people who have worked with me from 2019. So during the COVID, they called me and they said it was on hold. It was devastating because I had assigned so many people tasks. I had a whole team in place. I had a platform that was silent. Everybody wondered what would happen to this girl's dream. For the entire 2019 and 2020, there was nothing happening. So I was not trying to give up per se, but I was challenged in what was happening. So in March of 2021, I got a life-changing phone call. Jackie Atsko and Joel all called me and said, we are now allowing clubhouses to come for training. Do you have a team? I said, yes. I have picked one person with an HR background, another one with an IT background. I have a mental health nurse, and I have someone who is practicing in the medical industry or medical field. And then I also have someone that will be able to handle the books with finance. So we are 6. And since you want us to be 3 to 6, we are ready to be trained. We all went into training for a couple of days. We learned so much, and I was able to impart upon them to be patient. Sponsorship is hard. Finding funding is difficult because they don't give it to Africa. If I built one in Houston, the state would give me the funding. So I've struggled with 2,000 plus proposals. I get all the rejection letters saying, we have not finished taking care of rehabilitating those in the US to support Ghana. So you would think that with all this devastating news, you would go to Ghana, it would be easier, but the terrain is tough. People do not want to deal with mental health.
Yeah,
and they wonder.
That was actually my next question I was going to ask.
Yes.
Some of the problems you faced establishing this in Ghana? If you could share that with us.
Yes. Yeah, it's been horrendous. I've always been a very transparent person because of my personal experiences. I don't hide, I don't cower. I'm always readily available to meet people, look them in the eye, and tell them how I feel. And that seems to be culturally working against me. In the culture of Ghana, we are trained to believe that we hide our talents under a bushel. Ahonzepa and Kasa, you have all those where you're supposed to be very confident, but still not overtly out there. And because I have this confidence and this ability and belief in myself, it kind of triggers people the wrong way to be able to be accepted by my own people. So I guess maybe in the Western world, I learned that confidence can get you further than talent, beauty, or anything else. Because if you're confident, you give people the belief that they can hold on to what you say, and you can be able to get their buy-in long enough till you figure it out what you want to do. So as they see you confidently moving around and being an inspiring beacon of light, they are able to say, you know what, let's just give this girl a chance and see what she has up her sleeves. So in Ghana, every door I have pushed has been closed. And they say a door closes, a window opens. Sometimes I wait for that window and I don't see it at all. From organizations to individuals to supporters who pledge and never follow through. You call, they decline calls and you're busy. They give you their word, which is meaningless. So you have to pin them down to get something in writing. And then they want to turn around and reverse psychology where they will not talk to you rather again for being too pushy. So when I push for results, I always tell myself, effort doesn't always lead to good results. So if I put in my best effort, regardless of the result, I still pat myself on the shoulder and say I did a good job, because you can't really predict what's going to happen when you do that. So I won't go into detail about the actual challenges, but I will say that it's very difficult and challenging to go and open up something in Ghana that you want to see come to fruition. Very challenging.
Wow. I mean, you've laid all the facts bare, made a very passionate appeal. I know yesterday, was it yesterday? There was an event you had been advertising very often. And I think you did that yesterday. How did it go for Clubhouse Ghana? How did
Yes,
it go?
it was exceptional, and I'm going to send you the video. I have shared with, I think I sent it to Cyril and a couple of people, and it's unlinked. So you can just watch the video from there. Everyone who came to the event said it was very well structured. It was very well attended, and people were very interested in finding out more. I got the endorsements of my executives, and I got endorsements from other personalities that people think are important. But what I wanted was the endorsement of my own people, a regular person from Ghana, to be able to say, you know what, I think I want to find out more about what you're doing, but it's always, I find them wanting and not able to get that level of interest in the mental health space. I don't know what it is, that it's a taboo discussion and a topic. And I told you, Fisho, we spoke earlier, that if you have diabetes, you must take insulin and metformin, maybe for the rest of your life. Same too with depression or any other condition mentally. So why would you be ashamed of the mental condition? And I realized that it's an invisible scar. You don't see depression on someone's face or on their body, but if you have a physical handicap, you can have your arm that is maimed, or you have some parts of your body that people can see, your leg is cut off. So they can see that you are actually handicapped. When you're handicapped mentally or emotionally, you don't get that level of compassion or interest in who you are or what you do. So these invisible scars we carry, we can't talk about with friends, definitely not parents in their generation, and not with our children. So when you have no one to talk to, then all you can do is break down, even as strong as you may be, because you have no one to share what you're going to on a day-to-day basis. So I'm an advocate for that. Find one person you can talk to or go to a therapist. It doesn't have to be a trusted friend. You need an objective, reasoning person with a logical mindset to guide you as you go through your challenges.
There's an analogy you talked about. I mean, was it when we spoke earlier during the week or so? And you painted a picture of mental health even more amongst men than women. You said women had an emotional outlet. Yes. And I don't want to tell that story. It sounded more convincing coming from you. Can you tell us, can you give us that example?
Yes, when men meet up, they don't share problems. They want to drink a bottle of beer and put everything that they are struggling with aside. So as male friends, They don't have an outlet to be able to share what's really bugging them in their home. But women can call another woman and say, I want to leave my husband. By the time the 3-hour conversation is over, they may have planned the whole divorce out, or they've changed their mind as to what to do. So there's a relief as to the trauma and the stress. And when they hang up that phone, they're able to continue activities as if nothing even happened, because they've been able to outpour how they feel. Who do the men talk to? You definitely can't go to your father. You look up to him as a role model. Your mother, you may be a mama's boy. You don't want to stress her out. Your children may be too young to talk to you. Friends, no, male or female. So the man happens to have the most triggers as it relates to mental health. They are the breadwinners. They have to, like once Chris Rock said, only women and children and dogs get support. But for men to be loved unconditionally, you have to be a provider. So Chris Rock made that joke that even Michelle Obama is asking Obama, what next, nigga? What's happening next? You know, you've been a president, but what are you doing now? You see? So it means that there's an expectation, undue stress on men that they have to fulfill in order to be called men. And even though women have to cook, clean, the new woman today of the millennium, we say we have it all, so we don't do these things. So there isn't that pressure that you can be justified to say you're a good woman just because you don't cook or clean. But in all time, men have had that pressure on them. And it's very saddening that a man would wake up and not even to be able to shed tears in front of his wife or his family. And who would he open up himself to be able to describe that he's going through something? So a bank manager taking care of a family in Ghana may go to the bank, First National Bank, he may perform his duties, but after that, he comes home and the wife will begin to realize that he's no longer going out with the boys. He's no longer drinking when he goes out. He's going through something, but she may dig and dig and dig, but she's not his best friend and ally because he's responsible for her. How do you share your feelings with the person who's depending on you? And that's why it becomes tougher on men, because we women can go to our men.
Wow, nicely broken down. Like I said earlier in the beginning, we could talk on forever, but Mona is in a hurry, has to go somewhere else. So there's a lot of information we have from her, which we'll share on our social media channels. But if the team has any of her videos you want to play one of, you've had a lot of endorsements from some big names over in the US and in other countries. And if there's anyone that we want to share out on here, and then we can round up from there.
No, but for sure, is it possible? Okay, go ahead.
We'll talk after this.
Okay.
Hello, ML Foundation. Just want to congratulate you for all the effort that you're trying to do in Africa by solving the problem of mental challenge that is facing the continent. We hope that you will gather all the resources necessary for you to accomplish it. Mental challenge is becoming a big issue in the continent right now, with poverty and diseases and civil war in a place like Congo, where I came from, it becoming one of the challenges. I hope that you guys will be able to raise enough fund to go there and treat people and hopefully restore them to their better life than they ever had before. Good luck to you guys. Bravo.
Wow. That's Dikembe
Dikembe
Mutombo, former basketball player. And I even found out, just last week or so, he was diagnosed with some form of cancer, and he's fighting it. So that was one message from me. And you have the several videos she has, which we'll be sharing subsequently. Before I went there, you wanted to say something?
No, I was going to say that when I'm ready to go, you can share more of in my absence, because what I'm going to do is I've logged into my phone to your show, and a good friend from Kenya has come to pick me up to the airport. So she's promised that as I'm writing, I can be on. If you have anything, I can type a text or a chat, and I have like a window of an hour. So between your 5 to 6 and my 4 to 5, I'll make myself available to you as I'm writing in 30 minutes, because I'm so grateful for show. You have no idea. I have people that I know can help. I reach out to them and it's deafening. You don't hear back from them. Just right before this call, I went to my own association, the Ghana Association of Houston. I reached out to the president and I said, why don't you share my videos? Why don't you send emails about how hard I'm trying? He said, because we all know you're a scammer and you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. So we don't want to support a scammer. And this assertion almost broke my heart because how do you define a person being a scammer that you've never had a conversation with for more than 5 minutes? How do you know someone? Do you know of them or do you know them intimately? We're in a world that is virtual right now. And in this virtual world, there are lack of relationships that are being built. We don't get to see each other in the flesh. So we make all these assumptions based on posts, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and we think we know these people. But I always tell people I'm on platforms with, we are not our posts. We are different individuals behind cyber world. I could be sending a joke when I'm depressed. You think I have a good sense of humor, but it's only because I got it as a forward and I'm sharing. It has nothing to do with the day, how I feel, or who I am. And if I'm judged on what I post, then it's very restrictive because you have no idea who I am and what I do. So I've had always two things working against me in life. Unfortunately, I'm the daughter of one John Akablemieza Sr. So yes, I love my father, and yes, I'm loyal to him at all costs, but it's worked against me because they think it's genetic, okay? That you happen to be a scammer or a fraudster, and then you give birth to a child who becomes that. It's never been proven that genetically, even a thief can give birth to a thief. Then I didn't spend enough time with him for him to coach me to be who he was because he died when I was 14. So my mother raised me. So I have no identification whatsoever with what he was involved in or who they see him to be. That's the first thing. Then secondly, my own depression and mental health challenges and breakdowns that were so public, I guess they wanted me to hide somewhere under a rock. Because I was confidently putting myself out there and showing that, look, guys, I have these scars. You're damaging who I am. The ML for life means I am full of life. You want to kill this spirit of mine or this livelihood that I have that is bright. And I had to just drown out the naysayers. I'll send you a video where I did a whole TED talk on drowning out the naysayers because your wife may even be a naysayer. Your mother who gave birth to you might tell you, for sure, you know what, you can't do medicine. Stick with this DJing and, MCing and all these, things in communication. That's the mother who gave birth to you. She thinks she knows you best. So she's advising you, but she's killing within you the desire to have ever tried to go into medicine. So even those who love you can restrict you. Those who love you can scar you from achieving your goals and dreams. And it's so saddening because with love, it must come unconditional support. They must love you to say, go out there, spread your wings, soar, fly. But no, the African parent, the African friend will tell you point blank that you can't do it. And you know why? Because they can't do it. And when somebody can't do something, they can never encourage another person to do it. They have to make themselves feel better by believing that it's not possible. But everything is possible. And I am a beacon of light to show that if I can do this, then everybody can.
Absolutely. Thank you. I think this is an appropriate time for us to round up to get ready for the next set of interviews. Thank you for having this discussion with us. It definitely will lead on to something else. And who knows, down the line, we might have another discussion, another forum, another place, another time. But much appreciated. There's a lot of information that you have, which you've sent for me and sent to me, and we'll send that out to all our fans listening to be able to achieve your goal of mental health awareness, not just in Ghana, but everywhere you plan to be.
Everywhere else, yes. So for sure, again, I want to thank you for your time and everything that you've done for me. And I hope that this is not a one-time interview or interaction, but something that you can support me going forward, because I do need ambassadors all around me. I need some warriors, that don't have a dent in their armor to be there for me as I ride this wave.
Like somebody just put on a Zoom forum, ML for life, and getting a lot of feedback as well from YouTube. So definitely, it takes a village to help one out, and we'll do that. And the message simply to all of us listening, there's always somebody you can lean on, no matter what you're going through. Thank you, ML. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I appreciate the time. Bye, everyone.
I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Swallow your pride. If I can, you need to borrow. For no one can come that you won't listen.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
There is a love you have to bear that you can't get. I'm right up and down. I'll share the load if you just call.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For city it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean.
Mental Health Awareness Week right here on MQF and throughout the world. You know, it's one of those things where I don't know if we do a lot of awareness when we're over in Ghana. So quick to call somebody crazy.
We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me.
And there's several reasons and several ways in which we need help. So if you get the opportunity to lean on somebody, open up to somebody, self-disclose, it will definitely be a way forward. All right then, Breast Cancer Awareness Week. As we continue our theme, last week we had Dr. Osebi on, we had Che Weezy on, we had Juliet Mills-Lutrot on, and they're all doing well. I've had a conversation with them this week. They all say thank you for everything last week. This week, we're moving on to another trial.
For everything you've done for us, Lord, we're grateful.
Janet Brakohiapa, Safe Haven Cancer Support Society, Gloriana Asibe, and Lorraine Salia Santi. I'll talk to them right after this.
You for your goodness and your kindness, your faithfulness and love you show to me. 'Cause even when I fall, you pick me up. Your mercy's avenue. More, yes, Christ, more. Hey, sing, I've come to praise you for your goodness and your kindness, your faithfulness and love you show to me. Even when I fall, you pick me up. Your mercy's avenue. More, yes, Christ, more. Everybody help me say, more, yes, Christ, more. Say, more, yes, more. For all that you have done, say, and more than you will do. So more. Yes. You've been a great God. Hey. Can I I testify one more time? Say, men rejected me, looked down on me, and said I wouldn't make it. But the one that lives in me is greater than he that lives in the world. He said he'll never leave me and never will forsake me. Say more, 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 yes, Christo, more. Can I take it one more time? Say, men rejected me, looked down on me, and said I wouldn't make it. But the one that lives in me, it's greater than he that lives in the world. Says, I never will forsake me. No more, more. Hey. Come on, play on with me. Hey.
And on our page, you have the candle which we sold a couple years ago in connection with Keys and Credo, and the message resonates still. Lighting a candle in honor of the angels, the fighters, and the survivors of breast cancer. Our show is brought to you each and every week by kind courtesy of Remitly, sending money to friends and family over in Ghana. We'll take a message from our sponsors, and right after that, we will be talking to Gloriana, to Janet, and to Lorraine. Hold on tight. All right, let's go. Just play that again in the background. Okay. All right. I guess it's appropriate that we bring the guest on at this time so we can have a conversation about breast cancer. Janet has a foundation which she started, the Safe Haven Cancer Survivors Group. Gloriana is who you see on your screen right now. And Lorraine, I guess, will be joining us from Accra, Ghana pretty soon. I'll start with Janet. She's the one I was going to say she's the one I've known longest, but that's not true. I've actually known Lorraine longer than anyone there. But I'll start with Janet. Janet, how are you?
Hello, Official. Nice to see you again.
and you've been having a rollicking time all over the world. I don't even know where you are right now. Where?
Yes.
You're not in Canada.
No, I'm in London at the moment.
Oh, spending time with the queen. I mean, the king now. It's good to have you on. It's been a whole year since we had a conversation about Safe Haven. How's the year been? How's 12 months been?
Oh, it's been really, wonderful.
Okay, cool. I can hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can.
It's been amazing. So we started the year with some goals. And one of the goals was to, expand on informing the general public and educating them on the importance of early detection, diagnosis, and treatment, which is our main objective. We don't want to see people just dying necessarily because they don't have information about the disease. And so we had some education and information sessions by Zoom, We had doctors, we had survivors share their stories, and they went very well. Then another thing that happened this year, which was amazing, was, through our work, we were able to connect with someone who is currently going through chemo treatments. She's just been diagnosed. And so our organization is actually targets Black people, because we find that the need for what we do is more among Black people than our Caucasian brothers and sisters. So I happen to have the opportunity to speak to a Caucasian white person who was going through a cancer challenge. And she was so amazed by what we do at Safe Haven that she nominated us for an award given by Weight Watchers International. Organizations doing work in the Black and Indigenous communities. And I remember when she called me to tell me that she nominated me, she told me, look, it's a long shot, because this is Weight Watchers International, right? So don't rest. So when she said that, I said, okay, but I have a person that I pray with, and we said, if this thing is for us, we will get it. And I'm pleased to say 300 applicants later, we're shortlisted to 3, and we actually won the whole thing. So,
oh man, I need the applause button for this one. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Safe Haven in the building.
Yes. So it goes to show that, people are recognizing what we are doing, the importance of what we are doing, which is supporting people who are going through this challenge. Like I always say, in our Black communities in Ghana, where we do a lot of our work, women who have this disease have no support, right? There's a lot of stigma attached to people who have cancer, breast cancer, or any type of cancer. There are many reasons why people don't seek help, don't seek support. It might be economic, they don't have money, just the social perception. Just the social perception of people who have this disease. I've heard stories of people being called witches because they have breast cancer, people's spouses leaving them because they have breast cancer. So people do not want to come out to say that they have the disease. And so sometimes they don't get treatment early and then they die.
Right.
So all we do is to, help. A lot of people are doing this. It's not just us, right? But we are doing our little part to make sure that, people don't die unnecessarily.
Sure. Okay. I think you've always talked about early detection. It was something you talked about a whole lot last year, and it's just something a lot of people have talked about. So let me go to Gloriana. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
First question, did you go to Abri Girls? When I put the flyer, I looked at a lot of responses from Abri Girls students. You did?
Yes, sir. I went to Abri Girls.
Oh, the way you said yes, and I'm feeling old. Oh, cool. That's wonderful. Lauren, we should get back on. Okay, tell us a little bit about your journey with breast cancer. When did you first discover it, and if you can summarize your story for us.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity for me to share on your platform. First, I want to give a big thank you to God Almighty for his goodness and faithfulness. And I want to thank my family, my husband, my kids, friends, and co-workers who've been through everything with me, through prayer, encouragement, and everything. Unfortunately, I was diagnosed with breast cancer December 2016. And before I say that I am a two-time breast cancer survivor. The first time was 2016 December when I was first diagnosed. So it was triple negative, which is a kind of breast cancer which is considered aggressively when found in people because it has negative receptors. So with breast cancer, you have estrogen positive, progesterone positive, and the HER2 positive. Mine was negative for all that. And also it was invasive ductal carcinoma. I did have biopsy to confirm it after my mammogram and ultrasound. Mammogram has been something that I had been doing because of family history, and not just that, and also knowing people who have gone through it. And so every year I do the mammogram. I started at an earlier age. 2016, I was hesitant to do the mammogram because my mother had passed from metastatic breast cancer.
Oh, so those
shortly after that.
Right. Okay.
Shortly before that. Okay. And also I've lost an aunt on maternal side and paternal side from breast cancer. But then I ended up having it done, diagnosed with it, had the biopsy done. It confirmed that it was indeed triple negative. I had to do surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Did 3 different kinds of treatments, chemo agents. It was successful, not just because of the great team, care team, but I believe the prayers, and I believe God, who is my deliverer and my healer, all together made it possible. I had the second time around, 2021.
Oh, 5 years later.
Yes. I was diagnosed again because the first surgery I chose to do lumpectomy, whereby they cut part of the breast and leave the other half. But during the routine mammogram, I was diagnosed with it again, confirmed by ultrasound and biopsy. This time around, I did bilateral mastectomy, which is both breasts got cut off. I opted to have reconstruction surgery, which was an option. And it was tough through it all, but God is good. And in the midst of that, Sister Janet, whom I've known, and Safe Haven took me to a whole different level.
Were you in Ghana then, or you were?
No, I was diagnosed here in Illinois. Yes.
Okay.
And I must say that I had great support, as I mentioned earlier, and also my employer, I work for a healthcare organization, they had a support group. But the support group that they had, I felt that, yes, they brought in all these specialists. They had all these big dinners and functions, but I felt like it was missing the human touch whereby you're able to talk to someone who has gone through it or is going through it. You are able to share and learn from each other. You are able to encourage each other. And that part was missing. And so when Sister Janet talked about starting a support group and asked me if I wanted to be part of it, I agreed to join it because I knew what the support group, which encompass other things will do. But then I felt that what she was building and trying to put out there is what I, at the time going through the treatment, needed.
Wow, yes. From very descriptive from what you said, that's exactly what you needed. Not just the medical side, which was important, but somebody to talk to, somebody to open up to, somebody to self-disclose to, somebody to listen to what you're going through and then get the necessary feedback. So that's good. Now I'll come back to you again. You have a compelling story. Let me come over to Lorraine. Lorraine is young, hyper exciting young lady. How are you, Lorraine? Yes, let me see if I can ask it to unmute.
Hello.
Hey, of course, here we loud and clear. I think
Yes,
okay.
Sorry,
If there's a second,
it's better now.
if there's a second device near you, can you mute that one, please?
Yes, I'll do so.
Mute the second device so we can listen to you straight away. Okay. All right, let's see if we can. Okay, so it's I think it's fine now. Let's see. Just mute one device and then we can listen to you on the laptop. We good now? Babe, I've removed. We good? Okay, let's bring Lorraine back on and then we can have a conversation.
Who's this one?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, I think we're good now. I think you had two devices on, so we couldn't really hear the other one. How are you, Lorraine? How are you? I can hear you clearly now.
Hello, bro.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. How are you doing? I know it's late in the evening, but thank you for being here.
Sorry.
Cool, no problem at all. Okay, so I've known Lorraine since the day she was born, actually. But I did not know this story until maybe 2 weeks ago. And I just want you to start from the beginning. I mean, life was normal, right? You've heard about breast cancer almost every October, you hear about it, but not a big deal because you're young, no problems at all. And then what happened? When did anything start? Let's start your story from the top.
Okay, bro. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm very honored to be on this platform to share my testimony with you all. First of all, about 6 months ago, mine started this way. I wasn't sick or anything, but I had an abnormal occurrence. I encountered some bloody discharge from my right breast. So it happened on 3 different occasions. The third time that it happened, it was a little bit more than the first 2. So I got concerned and then I went to the hospital to have it checked. So when I went, as usual, they made me do a breast examination and there wasn't a lump. Everything was normal with the 2 breasts. And then they made me do an ultrasound scan. That one too, we had a normal result. So then the doctor said, let's do further checks. And then he advised that I go in for a mammogram. So I did the mammogram and then the results came and it wasn't too good. The mammogram came with this result. It detected a lump and then they said the lump was also malignant.
Okay, so this was what month is this now?
In April.
April of this year.
That is what happened in April. And then my doctor said that since the mammogram came with a lump and then it's malignant, we have to do a biopsy to actually know whether the lump is cancerous or not. So the following week, he booked me for a biopsy. And then I had it done. 2 days after, I was called in for the results. And when I went in for the results, in fact, I was devastated. That was the worst day of my life because it came out positive. It came out to be cancer positive. And it showed that the type of cancer that I had was also the vigorous type. And the historical grade was grade 3, a whole lot. In fact, there was nothing to write home about. So I got devastated. I didn't know what to do because I breast cancer from afar. I mean, it's not within my family or anything. My mom has 6 sisters. They all don't have breast cancer. So I was devastated by the news. But what happened was that when I had that news that day, I spoke to my sister, and till date, I really thank her. I thank God first of all, and then my family. I mean, they've all been supportive, everyone, each one of them. And my sister did something that really brought me to where I am today. That day that I went in for the biopsy results, when I called her, I was crying. I was unconsolable. She couldn't console me on the phone. She did all she can. And that was a weekend. So there was a long drive from the hospital to my home. I had traffic on the way. So I spent like 2 hours in traffic, and I was crying, just crying on the phone. I thought I was going to die.
Okay, so this is Kolebu Hospital, or?
This was at Snit Hospital.
Snit Hospital, okay.
Yes, that was where I started it off from. So I spoke to my sister. She said, okay, you just go home and then pray about it. Just go and talk to God about your results. So I came home, and then I spent about 2 hours in my room, a long time with God. I prayed my heart out that day, as if my life depended on that prayer. And that instant, that was what it was. I knew I had to pray my heart out to God. So I said, God, heal me, take this sickness away. I don't want this and all that. And I said, I'm not going to take the verdict of a man. I would rather take the verdict of the Lord, rather. So I prayed and prayed and prayed about it. And then the following 2 days after, I had to see the doctor again with my biopsy results. This doctor was a surgeon, a general surgeon. So when I went in, he studied it, and then he said, okay, from the look of things, because of what I have, the nature of what I have, we have to amputate the whole breast. So that will be the first one. That surgery, I'll do chemo as the second procedure, then I'll do radiation, and then the hormonal will follow. So that was what he told me. And then he said I should come home and then think through it and then come back so that we can schedule a date for the surgery itself. So when I came, I prayed throughout the whole week. It was also a weekend. And after the prayers, I had the strong conviction to change hospitals. I wanted a second opinion. Mm-hmm. So I went to see a different doctor there. And when I went to Kolebu, fortunately for me, I had another doctor, who was a female. And then she studied my biopsy results and all the scan results. And then she said that from the look of things, because my lump was small, I detected it early. It was quite small. So she would advise that we do a surgery and then take out the lump. Then I'll do the other procedures. I'll follow the other procedures as well.
Okay, I want to pause a little bit. I'll come back to where we are now and continue from there. But let me go to Georgina, or in fact, no, let me come to Janet. I'll ask Georgina the same question. She talked about the first time she was told and what she went through. She called her sister in England. She broke down crying, got home on her knees praying, thinking my life is over. Janet, normal reaction from the first time you hear? Oops, can't hear Janet. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's a very, very normal reaction. First is the shock. It's shock, you're numb, and you feel like your life is like going to end then, right? But like she said, she reached out to someone, talked to someone. I did the same. A lot of us do. You talk to someone who you can trust, someone who's not going to escalate the fear, because sometimes people will do that. So someone who can bring some perspective to you, and then, the more info. So what I did after the initial shock and the fear. I talked to someone, and then I went to see my doctor and got as much information that I could about my situation.
She talked about seeking a second opinion. Is that also pretty?
Yes, I did that. I was actually, let me say, misdiagnosed in quotes. When I found a lump in my breast, I did a mammogram, and the mammogram showed that there was nothing. But it showed that it was normal. I didn't have anything. I said, well, I can feel it. So
this was in Canada?
In Canada, yeah. So Gloriana has talked about prayer. Lorraine talked about prayer. I think it's very important that you have faith, because I think it's my faith that actually helped to, finally diagnose it. I was referred to a surgeon, a specialist surgeon, who everyone holds in very high esteem. He did a physical exam and said he was 90-something% sure. And
that you don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't have anything. But, he did a biopsy just there at the office. He quickly stuck a needle in there. And a week and a half later, he called me and said, not only did I have cancer, it was very aggressive. So it was a stage 2 going on a 3. So it's very important to seek a second opinion. And, if you're told, oh, everything is fine, and you don't feel like everything is fine, you go and, get a second opinion or a third opinion or a fourth. For as long as it takes.
Yeah. Lorena, yours the 2016 time. You didn't even want to go because mommy, at the back of your mind, mom had that. So, yeah, maybe it's better not to know. Then you decided to go. Give me that first. The doctor told you this is what it is. What was your first reaction?
So for me, before the doctor told me, when I had the mammogram, when they did the left side, for some reason, I just felt something within me and I started crying. And I don't know if it's intuition or I don't know what, but I just felt something within me started crying. And the mammographer who was doing it, I know her. So she, because we work at the same hospital, so as she thought I was crying because of my mom, but then she saw it on the scan that it was malignant. It was that obvious. So she hugged me and started crying. And so when I left, within an hour, they called me and asked me to come back down to have the ultrasound and repeat it for the diagnostics where they do more testing and more pictures.
Janet, did you hear what she just said? The person she called for comfort, who was she was crying, and then hugging the person too was crying. So, I mean,
and this is the person who was doing my test.
And she was crying as well.
Yeah, the one who was doing my test. So when I went down and the doctor told me the reason why they called me, I was like, no, not me. I'm like, I'm young. I said, do you know what? I've had faith. I've been through health stuff, but cancer is not my portion. And so when the doctor said that, I was like, no, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that report. And I asked them, I said, are you sure? And she's like, yes, I'm sure. But then I said, with all due respect, I'm not receiving it.
Oh, this is pretty similar to what Lorraine said, I think, right? So now you have switched your doctor from Snake Hospital to a female doctor. You thought you feel comfortable with somebody along that. And you kept on insisting that you don't have anything, right, Lorraine?
Yes, exactly. I made a deliberate decision not to accept it right from the onset. Yes, I couldn't terms with it. So I was like, I'm not going to take it. And I had that from that first day when I prayed about the situation, I had a strong conviction that even if that is the case, God was going to heal me. I had that strong conviction because I prayed about it. I said, God, for me to even go through this journey, go through all the treatments and then come out alive and healthy again, it's a miracle on its own. It means that still you are in the picture, you are with me. So if I have to go through this process and that is your plan for my life, then let it be so. But on the other hand, if it's not your plan and I don't have to go through it, maybe somehow, some way, there will be a miracle. I wouldn't even have to go through surgery. Then Lord, let it be so. And anytime when I pray, I get the conviction that the second scenario is going to happen. So I couldn't just accept the fact that that was the case, that I'm going to go through all the procedures and all that. I had a strong conviction that I'll be healed. God was going to heal me.
Okay, and I know, can you tell us exactly what happened in the hospital room when doing your was it the mammogram time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I went in for the mammogram. I had a horrific encounter. The person who did it for me said that we are left with just the last image before we are done. So she said that the last image, they have to compress the breast so that they will get clearer details. So she said that the compression will come with a bit of discomfort, but it's not painful. I said, that's fine. So when the machine came closer to my breast to compress the breast, as soon as the compression took effect, there was spillage of blood everywhere on the machine, on the floor, everywhere. Like, I haven't seen such a thing in my life before. I was scared. So I asked the lady, is it normal? Have you had any patients with this? And the lady said, yes, sometimes it happens. So they had to let me wait. They sanitized the whole place. And then we had to go in again because we needed to capture those images as well. So we did it a second time. And thankfully, the second time, there wasn't any spillage. We were able to capture it. So that is what happened even at the mammogram. And prior to this, let me say that with my own, prior to doing the mammogram, I looked out for the lamp so many times, even with the doctors that I visited. They were not able to place any lamp. But the day that I went in for the mammogram, even that morning when I was going in for the mammogram, I tried myself. I did a breast examination myself. There wasn't any lamp. When I went in for the mammogram and then I came back home in the afternoon, I felt the lamp. I was able to establish the lamp in my breast. So the lamp wasn't there before, but right after the mammogram, I was able to place the lamp. So that is what happened. And then when I went to this new doctor, the second doctor, she said that, okay, fine, we'll do the surgery, but then we would be able to take the lamp out. And then after I'll do the chemo, I'll do radiation, and then the hormonal. So she said I should go home and then prepare. I'll come back for a date for the surgery. Said, okay, and then I came back home. Mind you, I hadn't started any treatment whatsoever this time. It was just an think through the whole thing and then come back. So I said, okay, that's fine. So when I came home, I continued fasting, my prayers, worshiping, and all that. I did midnight vigil and all. Now, one of the tests that she gave me in preparation of the surgery, she made me do so many tests. And one of them was a CT scan to check the level of spread in my vital organs. So she told me that particular scan was very important. So when I came home with the request, I prayed over the request. I said, God, give me a miracle. Let this report come out with good news. So when I went in for that scan, it was a hectic one. It wasn't so easy. That one, they had to give me an IV, and then I was in the machine. They were checking me, and there's this burning sensation that you'll be feeling all through your body. And I went through that. When I was in the machine, I was still praying. I said, God, this is not me. This is the body of Jesus Christ. They would not see any cancerous cell whatsoever in my body. So I did the test, and then they asked me to come in for the results the next day. And then when I came home that night, I did my usual night vigil. And then that night, I had an encounter when I did the night vigil. I was praying. I was deep in prayers. I was praying, and I was asking God for healing. Then all of a sudden, the Lord placed it on my heart to switch to the worship mood. I should rather worship him because the healing had already taken effect. So I started worshiping the Lord. And then in my room, whilst I was worshiping, I just saw this bright light in my room, brighter than any other light I've seen. So bright a light, than sunlight, than any other light. And I was like, wow, where from this light? So physically, it was so intense. I wanted to close my eyes. So I tried closing my eyes physically, but the more I closed my eyes, I feel the intensity still. And then all of a sudden, I heard multitudes of people singing like an angelic crowd singing, hallelujah, hallelujah, over and over again. It was so loud in my ears. And then after that, I heard this tender's voice in my ears saying that, Anisi, look at me. This is your father. This is who you are dealing with. Why are you doubting that I will be able to heal you? I can't do it. I'm more than able. This is your God. Just have a peek at my you are dealing with and all that. So after that particular encounter, the next day was a Sunday. I wasn't even supposed to go in for the test results, but I still had that strong conviction that the results would come out with good news. So I insisted that I wanted to go in for the results. And then I went in for the results. And lo and behold, when I went in for the results indicated that there wasn't any breast cancer lump in my breast. And there wasn't any cancerous cell in my organs, in any of my organs. My body was fine. There wasn't anything cancerous in me. So that was the first miracle that I had. And when I went to my doctor, tested physically, the lump also vanished. When she did a breast examination, we couldn't place the lump in. But this one, I didn't share my testimony. That was the mistake I made with the first one. I kept it to myself, even though I knew God has healed me. It was just within.
Hold on a second. So we started off in April when you first noticed the lump, and now where are we? What month is that?
Now we are in the month of October. No, you mean?
Yeah. With your story.
Was in June. Sorry, June. Yes.
June is when everything disappeared. I'll come back to you, Janet. We've had discussions before. I'm not sure on air or off air about not with you, with other people about sometimes in Ghana when we hear somebody going through something like this, they tend to go certain routes. They'll go a religious route and then totally ignore the medical route until it's too late. From Lorraine's story, she did both, right? She prayed, but she also kept seeing her doctors and everything. Is this something that you tell people when they come over to Safe Haven?
Well, yes. I always emphasize on the importance of faith, because that's something that, helped me. I believe that God had healed me. But, I always tell people God uses different means to heal people. What happened to Lorraine was a miracle, something supernatural. And, there's things that may have helped in her getting a miracle, the level of faith that people have. So everyone who has that faith, that will get them that miracle. So if you don't have that faith, you have to use other things to heal yourself. Jesus never healed he didn't do miracles just one way. Sometimes you tell someone you mix spit with something and, rub it on your eyes and you're healed. For some people, you just speak to them, they'll be healed. So my point is there are diverse ways for people getting their healing, but it's important that you seek help. She went back to the doctor for the doctor to confirm that, she was really healed, which is a good thing. But sometimes people just will go to church and believe God for healing, and maybe that's not what God wants, and then they die because they were just focused on getting a miraculous healing like Lorraine got, when maybe that's not what was God's will. Although he wanted you healed, maybe that was not the way. Maybe he wanted you to go see a doctor.
Okay, I won't spoil Lorraine's story, but it came back. We'll come back to her. She'll tell us about that. But I wanted to go to Gloriana as well, because it's similar to what she said. Yours came back. 2016 was the first time it went away. And then what happened? How did you hear that it come back? How did you find out again?
So I found out through annual examination, which is mammogram. And I always encourage people to do their monthly breast exam. And also if they are of age, whereby they can have the mammogram done, to go ahead and have it done. And so it was through the annual mammogram that I was scheduled to have. And that is when it was found. But I must say that the lump in each time that was found, it wasn't located in an area where by palpating it, that you will be able to feel the lump. In my case, it was growing towards the chest wall. And so the only way anyone can find it was through the mammogram or ultrasound. And so that I used this, it hasn't been an easy experience. I must say that. It's been tough, physically painful, emotionally painful for myself, my children, my family, my husband, but God. And so going through this and also being able to do the support group, I'm like, God, I've been faithful to you. I serve in your house. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, maybe I did something wrong. I just have to look at it like, I don't know why, but it was found. And by God's grace, able to go through this difficult treatment. And even though I'm a very private person, I can't, if anybody had told me even 2 weeks ago that I'll talk on this platform, I'll tell them absolutely not. And Sister Janet can attest to that. And so, but I feel like my pain, the process that I have gone through is an opportunity right now for me to share and encourage others, not only to get tested by doing their annual mammogram and breast examination, but also to be there for other people they know who are going through it, and for people not to be ashamed of it, and not to make it like a secret, because having a good support team, it takes you very far. And the faith, keeping the faith. I remember, and I continue to hold on to Philippians 1:6. It said, I'm confident that of God, the good work that God has started, he'll bring it to a finish.
Sister
So
Gloriana,
sometimes you go through pain before.
I'm glad you opened up or decided to speak to us, because I know it's not easy, and the various stigmas. And Janet gave an example, and I kept quiet when you give the example earlier in your statement, because yesterday I was with some friends of mine, and we're having a discussion about a lady who had breast cancer. And there was this guy next to us quietly who told us a story about his friend's wife who had breast cancer, and she was in hospital. And when she came home, he had left. He had left. He had left because friends and family had called him that if your wife has breast cancer, you gotta go. And so he had left. And I had opened my mouth only to realize a few minutes later that it was not a unique story. It happens a lot. And so, I mean, for you talking to an audience right now, there are people who are listening out there, and you're letting them know that, look, what they need at that very moment is actually support, not you running away. Okay, so thank you for opening up. And for those listening, this is the time to support and not the time to run away. So I'll come back to Lorraine at this time. So now you're excited. Lump wasn't there. Doctor has verified. Whoa, it's gone. and then you're saying you did not testify enough or share your story enough. Anyway, a few weeks later or a few months later, you notice the lump had come back. Well, did you go to the hospital and find that out?
Yeah, this is what happened. When I went and then the doctor examined me and then she confirmed that she couldn't place the lamp. By then, I couldn't also place it myself. So she said that then my narration changed because ideally the four options was, the first option was surgery, then after the chemo and then radiation and hormonal. But the doctor said that since we can't place the lamp, then we would have to put my fourth procedure to be my first now. So I'll have to do the hormonal treatments rather, so that we can minimize the level of spread. Just in case it was still in my body, we would minimize the level of spread by that. So she made me start with the hormonal treatment. And then she was like, we should wait for about 2 weeks, and then I can do an ultrasound scan, and then we can see whether we'll be able to place it or not. So whilst I was on the hormonal, 2 weeks after, I went in for an ultrasound scan. And unfortunately, it was that scan that picked it again, that indicated that the lamp was available, like it was there. So I had to go back to my doctor. And then this time around, when I went, she said, okay, now we've placed the lamp now. So the way forward is to fix a date for surgery. So I have to be booked for surgery. So she booked me for surgery actually on the 1st of September. I was supposed to go in for surgery. And then the first was a Thursday. So prior to the first, I was supposed to see her on a Monday before that Thursday. And I went and miraculously something happened. So we had to reschedule the surgery to the end of September, rather. And that was when she also gave me another last request for an ultrasound scan. And that was the request that gave me my miracle. That one also showed that the lamp wasn't present. Yes, and that the breast, both breasts were perfect. Yes.
Man, just overwhelmed by all the conversation at the moment. So let me go back to Janet, and I'll come round up with the two of you now. Janet, Safe Haven. I don't know. I found some pictures about what you have done, some of the stuff you have done during the year, and I want you to tell me a little bit about them. When I show one, tell me what's going on right here.
Okay.
So, Nana Sapo and Belinda are not ready, so you cool. Okay. I'll blame them for that. Okay. So it seems like the support system is major, really is major. And how is the feedback now in Ghana? Who's running? I know Brax is running things down there, right?
Yes. So I have, very committed, I can't say enough about them, team in Ghana. We have directors, patrons, and volunteers that run the organization in Ghana. We have a physical space, which we opened in 2020. What we've been doing is, and we have a nurse that we employ. So what she's been doing a lot of outreach, going to the hospitals, to some of the major hospitals, to the surgical ward, and she tells people about what we do. So we get people who come to the center and also who join our support groups. Last year, we started with 5 people on a virtual support group, and now we have about 63 to 65 people from last year, June till now. So people are opening up more, they come, they share, they empower each other, we laugh, we have, sometimes we have activities at the center. We had an art therapy class, sometimes they just go and talk to each other. So, I mean, the whole objective is for people not to feel isolated in this, it's not just you going through the struggle, and there's people who are going to help you. So to keep the place open, what we did in 2020 when we're first opening, we needed funds. We are not publicly funded. So we just, we get donations from friends and family. We decided to do a sponsored walk. So in 2020, we did a walk in Canada. It was during the COVID. So what we did was people just walked wherever they were, sent us clips of, their walking. So we raised money that way. If you walk, you get someone to sponsor you. 2021, we had people walk in 5 countries. We had a big one in Ghana. We had some in the UK, the US, Canada, different parts of Canada. And what was the last country? Well, Australia. Australia.
Hey, worldwide.
Yes. So this year, again, we did it. So that's how we raise money to keep primarily the center running. For North America, there are a lot of support groups. So most of what we do is virtual. But this year, we launched an in-person meeting, which we are going to start in January. We got a space that we can use for monthly meetings. So that's some of what we've been doing.
Cool. One of the things when the first time I spoke to Lorraine, I told her about Safe Haven and then, getting in touch with, telling her story. Is there a way for something like that? Do you encourage people who are survivors who want to, come over to the center to tell others their story? Is this something that you encourage?
Yes. I mean, again, because all this started during the COVID, the center hasn't been utilized that much because, but, we very frequently hold, programs virtually where we have survivors come to tell their story and that. And also every year we have a big fundraiser where people can come and actually tell their stories, which will help other people to also come out and tell their stories. So it's dubbed Hearts for Health. So it's been going for 4 years. And this year it's going to be held at the Accra Church Gardens on October 29th from 3 to 6. So we need
special date.
Actually come and share their stories. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, all right. So Jenna, what are we looking at?
So this is this year's 5K walk in the UK. These are the lovely ladies who walked in the UK. Yes.
Ah, cool. That's cool. The UK.
Yes.
And this is also the UK, right?
Same UK team.
So when was this? Was this year?
This was October 8th. Yeah.
Oh, that's just a few days ago.
Yes, a few weeks ago. Yeah, just about a couple of weeks ago.
Upon doesn't want us to see pictures again, so he's. No, I don't see pictures. No, I don't.
I see that it's loading.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are some lovely ladies who've been supporting this. They live in Ontario, a small town called Woodstock. So they've been supporting this for many years, and so they do their work in Woodstock, Ontario.
Okay. So that's Ontario. We've seen the UK.
Yeah, Canada,
yeah. Hey.
Yeah, this is the group that I work with, and this is Pickering, Ontario. So it's also in Canada. So this is the group that I usually work with.
Hey, this is October 8th too.
This was October 1st. So we did the walk in Canada. We did it October 1st, and then US, UK, and Ghana, they did it October 8th.
Hey, Canada, October, and nobody's wearing sweatshirts and boots and stuff.
It was a nice day. So this is
cool.
The group of the people who walked in Pickering, where I was. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And then the last picture, Melinda.
Yeah, that's my brother, Dr. Edmond Bakunyapa. Is a radiologist consultant, and he does all the information, education around cancer awareness. He does it for us. He's one of the directors. And that is Dr. Nanama Yao. She's a pediatric cardiologist, I think the only one in Ghana. And she work as well this year.
Okay. Kwame Chimesi, I know you're watching. That's your boy Brax right there. So that was in Ghana. Where are you again? Where if somebody wanted to get in touch?
3672 Na Ata Close in Tesano, Accra. That's where the center is located.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, I should be rounding up soon. I want to come back to Lorraine and Gloriana. Let me come to Lorraine. So Lorraine, the last thing we talked about, the cancer lump disappeared. Okay, and what have you been doing after that? You haven't stopped going to see the doctor. I know you haven't stopped praying. The miracle is still going, and you haven't stopped seeing the doctor.
No, I haven't. I actually have my last review with her in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you know what? I don't mind you sharing the doctor's name, because you've spoken about her so fondly that she's somebody who not just helped medically but socially as well, very open to. She's a survivor herself, and she understands exactly what you're going through. And I know we have people in Ghana listening. Sometimes we take it for granted. Oh, if you're in Ghana, you get it. Oh, something. No. But so I would like you to share her name so we know. Maybe Janet might even know who she is.
Okay. She's called Dr. Florence Dedi.
Oh yes, that's my woman. She also does some education and information for us. She's done it for about 3 years now. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, Lauren spoke so highly of her, and I said, no, I'm sure she's somebody a lot of people would know. Okay, so you're meeting the doc again in did you say 2 weeks or 2 months?
2 weeks time.
2 weeks. Okay, cool. So how do you feel physically?
Physically, I feel good because, initially, even though I was praying, I was declaring that the lamp was gone, I was healed and all that. Physically, the lamp was still there. Physically, it was there. But I was just looking beyond the physical. I was just, my faith was so much lifted, I couldn't just consider the physical things that I was seeing. But now, after I encountered this miracle, now the lamp is not there. Physically too, it is gone. Even the biopsy that I did initially, I had the upper portion of my breast where the sample from it got hardened and a bit reddish for some time. But I didn't even realize when the whole place got cleared. I mean, it is just like the other breast without the issue now. I realized that about a week ago that, wow, it's no longer there. I didn't even notice when exactly it went away. So now physically, I feel so good. I really believe that the Lord is a healer. I mean, it's in the Bible, Exodus 15:26. It says that I am the Lord that heals thee. And yes, indeed, he is a healer. And one thing I that my sister, the other lady said earlier on, it doesn't matter the journey that you are on. Some people would have to go through it. I mean, at a point, I just said, God, it is your will at the end of the day. Because as I stated, healing itself is from God. So it doesn't matter how your diagnosis is made or the treatment you are made to go through. If you have to do surgery, if you have to do chemo and all that, you still need God in the picture. You still have to believe that God will heal you so that your healing can be complete. So it's not always the case that there should be a miracle. I was so open for me going through the surgery and all that. At a point, I just decided that God, I wouldn't put you in a box. I mean, your will should be the priority at the end of the day. But whenever I prayed about it, for mine, I had that conviction that it will happen earlier than expected. Wow. I can't happen this way, yes.
Faith is powerful, man. Gloriana, what would your final words be to somebody who's listening?
I just want to encourage anyone who has gone through it or who is going through it to just keep the faith. Take your doctor's appointment seriously. If you don't have a support group, find a support group. Encourage your family, your friends to be there for you and also educate them. Encourage people and let people realize the importance of early detection. Support groups like Safe Haven Cancer Support. I join them every 2 weeks for the online Zoom, whereby we encourage each other. But I must say that the cancer treatment does come with some side effects. I've had a lot of side effects. I'm still going through side effects. It does happen.
Yeah, can you share? Do you feel okay to share some of the side effects?
Sure. So I have a lot of nausea, vomiting during the treatment, and even after that. The side effect for some of the chemo agents that I did the first time, I did Taxol, adriamycin, and Cytoxan. Taxol, the side effect is neuropathy, where your feet get numb, crampy, tingling. You can feel your feet, your hands. And then the adriamycin, it affects your heart. And then the second treatment, because it was advanced stage treatment, it's one of it, Gemza and the carboplatin cause side effect of neuropathy. So sometimes I will fall because I can't feel my feet. I depend on cane sometimes. I'm not ashamed of it because I know that God says by his stripes I'm healed. So I don't see any cancer. My scans are not showing any cancer. This is the physical part. What is happening? But I'm still holding on to God's word because he who had delivered and healed me is still the physician of all physicians, and I will see the physical manifestation, which will be no side effects.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Man, I mean, the three of you are incredibly strong, and comments from all over. I'm reading over on Facebook. Thank you for sharing your comment. Thank you, ladies, for bravely sharing your stories. Thank you, ladies. Fervent prayers coming over to you. On a lot of comments on YouTube. But somebody saying, Lorraine, I believe the good Lord has healed you, but if the lump keeps showing on and off in scans, then the lump must be removed. So keep letting your doctor know. Zoom, a lot of comments. Oh, this question for Janet. Janet, do you have men with breast cancer in your support group?
Everyone is welcome. Right now we don't, but the last meeting that we had a last meeting where a man came. He didn't have breast cancer. He had some other type of cancer, but he shared and we welcomed him. So everyone is welcome. You don't have to be female and you don't have to have just breast cancer. Just come.
Definitely. I like this comment here. Both having faith and exercising wisdom by continuing to go to your appointments. Thank you for sharing. It's been eye-opening, educational, and very inspiring. Look, you guys are stronger than a lot of people I know, especially me. So keep the faith. We will definitely do what we always do, which is praying for you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Gloriana. And Lorraine is my cousin. Direct. I mean, last time I kept saying I've known her from the day she was born. Yeah, my mother is, my mother was her mother's sister, so directly. But she kept this story. Only my sister knew. Kept this story until a couple of weeks ago, and I was just blown away and said, "No, we're going to discuss this." And she had no problems coming up to talk to this. So if there's somebody, I know there will be definitely people out there listening, and this is touching for the first time. The message is simple. Janet has said it all the time. Early detection is the most important thing. So wherever you are, just go out there, make sure you get your mammogram done. Mammogram done. Belinda, yours done? Soon. Why December? I can examine, but I'm not a professional. Get it done. Why December? Oh, so insurance, if you do it before December, will come out of pocket. Oh, I beg, then December.
Thank you, Vito.
Thank you, each and everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Have a wonderful week ahead. We'll continue the show. Right. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay.
Sing it again. You are Alpha and Omega. give you all the glory.
We give you all glory. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised.
We give you all the glory.
We give you
Sing, you are Alpha and Omega.
You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised.
We give you all, we give you all, we give you all. Come on, say it again. We give you all the glory. In this place tonight, we worship you. Our Lord, you are. Come on, one more time, all over this building. Declare it, declare it. We give you with your hands lifted up in your own voice, with your own song. Fill this room with worship. Fill this room with worship. We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord. We love you. We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord. Africa will rise and give you glory. Africa will rise and give you glory. Africa will rise and give you glory. America will rise and give you glory.
to Janet Brakunhiapa, to Gloriana, to Lorraine, to each and every individual who has been touched one way or the other, who has been affected one way or the other by breast cancer. Hopefully that is the last time. But one thing we want you to be strong in after today's testimony is your faith. Look, if you lose the faith, you lose it all. And so be strong in your faith.
On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show.
Let them know, say, bad man, I am blessed. I never fear no man, even though I walk through the valley of death. Oh, let them know, say, they can't touch my destiny. They can't come sit next to me. Them or them hit me, I go higher, higher, higher. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Let them know, say, man, I'm beyond.
The music from his new EP, Kiddy, song he calls Blessed, appropriate for this time. Elsie Dixon, Akpache, she didn't tell me she was coming here.
Bad man, I am blessed. I never fear no man, even though I walk through the valley of death. Oh, let them know, say, they can't touch my destiny. They can't come sit next to me. Them or them hit me, I go higher, higher, higher. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed.
Over me, over me. I am anointed. Words from Kiddy and Joe.
Let them know, say, bad man, I am blessed. I never fear no man, even though I walk through the valley of death. Oh, let them know, say, they can't touch my destiny. They can't come sit next to me. Them or them hit me, I go higher, higher, higher. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Oh, let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Oh, let them know, say, man, I'm beyond the curse. Many men, them, I won't make a fall. Jaja guide me, so I stand tall. So tall at the highest mountain. And the river inside flow like a fountain. Oh, Jah bless, let no man curse. Let no man curse, oh, Jah bless. If you want try me, try me. If you want try me, Jah strike me. Over me, over. Let thy wings over. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Over me, over. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Oh, let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. Oh, All of them know see man and not beyond every curse.
Everybody, African Grandiade. Feel good, we don't need no bad energy. African Grandiade. Feel good, we don't need no bad energy.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no holiday. More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. Yeah. Me I came and conquer the game. Me not come to play. Sexy girl them sing my name. Yeah. Me I came and conquer the game. Me not come to play. Yeah. Oh my. We dey ball hard like he drove out. We going up, never go down. And we stay fly, never sober. Yeah, pull up in the Rover. Make the girl them wanna go mad. Pull up in the G-Wagon, oh my. Make your girlfriend wanna follow back home. Yeah. Charlie Sikaye paying kwane damage so. Me see a dear we about I share me trimo. Hey, Malena, I know. I will like you pay Malena, I know. Can I know? I want you to know. More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no holiday. More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no holiday. Yeah, me I came and conquer the game. Me not come to play. Sexy girl them sing my name. Yeah, me I came and conquer the game. So me not come to the play. I don't know what you not go do. What you over bless me, I no fumble. You know me for your camp cool. Anytime I walk, I no ever stumble. And anytime when we come through, you go see waiting money don't do. You talk say you be bad man, but you know bad rich shut up and do. You talking too much but Omale. Anytime you hear, you go sorry. Now the money long from Lagos to Tamale. And the crown the in my house and the wallet. Different post, different style, different clothes, different flight. Oh, I and I, host in the sky. Different days, different cars, shine with the stars. Money is all I see. More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. Yeah, me I came and conquer the game. Me not come to play. Sexy girl them sing my name. Me I came and conquer the game. So me not come to the play.
Your attention makes me feel special. You don't know. We've been walking through sticks and stones for so long. We pictures be brave on phone so can me. Would you ever pray on my phone so bad? Why you dey worry when people see me with you? Why you dey bore that I posted a picture we took? If the love we share is real, or do you way post to me? And from into post to me. Post me on Twitter, post to me. Post me on Facebook, post to me. Post me on WhatsApp, post to me. Post me on Insta, yeah. Obi pewo pesitri, oni adakia, odi bedi injini. My problem was in for free. Makume mua, never see you in it. When they know you're in love, they go talk about us. This is how they got up at the eye. Why you dey worry when people see me with you? Why you dey bore that I posted a picture we took? If the love we share is real, order your way, post to me, post to me. And from entity, post to me, post to me. Post me on Twitter, post to me, post to me. Post me on Facebook, post to me, post to me. Post me on WhatsApp, post to me, post to me. Post me on Insta, yeah.
Champagne for my pain, I stay in my lane. Every day is my birthday, wait till weekend. Champagne for my pain, I stay in my lane. Every day be my birthday, it be we did it. Oh baby, you know we outside, yeah we outside, you know we are. Oh baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside, you know we are. Everybody body like a panda. The way she move it make a panda. Break it down, make it wiggle like a panda. I want to know what you meet me in the corner. Bouncy, 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 baby, bouncy, bouncy, ma. Bouncy, 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 baby, bouncy, bouncy, ma. Champagne for my pain, I stay in my lane. Every day is my birthday, wait till weekend. Champagne for my pain, I dare in my lane. Every day be my birthday.
The weather is nice, so where we day?
Baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside. You know we are. Oh, baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside. You know we are. I woke up cute again. Minimum your 10 over 10. Guy, yeah me do. Yeah me do. Check it out. I call like a 12 that I did. What say? It's the whole season I play. Shorty, let's go. She said, okay. Oh, no. Oh, baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside. You know we are. Oh, baby, you know we outside. Yeah, we outside.
I don't want nobody to keep my matter like. For this life I day, I want to be celebrated. Don't wanna waste my days, I want to spend them on enjoyment. It's been too long, but then it's you. Every day party. As I did not click my do, start to move like you smoke a lago. Just they bounce with the groove, no carry do. If you lose God, then go bounce with your boo. I can vouch for my crew, I'm telling you. And to they do, lifestyle of a crew. Make you dance to the look, then go they look. And say if it's not enough, if I do 99 good, it go remain one. Don't know how to show you my love without fucking up, but I can buy you a new baby. Straight from you love. So, baby, trabaye, make you know they shall like it. I don't want nobody to keep my matter like. For this life I day, I want to be celebrated. Don't wanna waste my days, I want to spend them on enjoyment. It's been too long, but then it's you. Every day party. Do me like I take Ramadan. Don't want to feel nothing at all. You like go juju calabar. Give me moral like I be bouncer. Paragon. Take me higher, don't want to land. Until now I don't understand me why no matter what I do, it's not enough. If I do 99 good, it go leave.
Hey Ninette, I haven't seen you today. Good to catch you on the Samsung SM. Can't recognize who it is, but good to see you on there as well. Keep Indofu.
I don't want nobody to keep my matter clean. For the time I want to be celebrated. Don't wanna waste my days.
Oh, she's in action. Emerald shining like the sun. Did you know that you're beautiful? Oh, mon baby, mon baby. I will love you till the end. My sweetie pie, I hope you understand. I will love you till the end. Oh, mon baby, yeah. So me move for mano, na me hunde me dere. So me move for mano, na me hunde me dere. Take it up, I got me to take away champagne, na me hunde me dere. Mon baby, you should know. No go use you got you cruise. So many girls, but you I choose. Sweetie till I say I'm into blues. I want for them make them more confused. I will love you till the end. My sweetie pie, I hope you understand. I will love you till the end. I'm on baby.
Hey, more that you come here, turn your camera on.
Take a wish and play, I'm a home, let me dead. I'm on baby,
hardcore, same quality, metal, cities, Stefa, Naira, Dutchman, dollars, and I said, pounds, time with you cool, BPI is pulling, menano, Minisika, I see, I just walk, or Ricky says I'm home up, your friend is up, I can take first shots up on support of pop, mix me there, no see, what before, Mikuta, master brain, yes, a pop, I drink, there's so much, still the pop, no sweat, no fear to go pop, no more really brains that make your pop, name and metro levels, still over sure, we move beyond so you fear. Bikuta fella, over them drinks, and I say fuller, I saw broche. Pass about many, say, stop, or don't teach me what, now, because, Nana continue. Ever easy,
Oh, it's your birthday today as well. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
You know you go be mad at day. You go be mad at day. If you see my baby, yeah, girl, I'm sad. Need a feeling I get. Now get love.
Patrick Arthur, it was your birthday yesterday as well. Happy birthday to you. It's my birthday on Saturday.
Intima bwa me baby care what I do. Baby don't be late. Die. Onangona to my belly. I will love her about shower. See what they shake me, if you see my baby, yeah, girl, I'm fair. Need a feeling I get that love.
Suspect. Makoma now you're a boss suspect. The hitting mama tell me boxes. Get the crowd with him, I put 35 drop test. Oh, yeah, make your Cardi B in your offset. Sure they know I'm a with the feeling of the Josie. Oh, who's a real that is short team. Said I'm a proud boy, I can see I can't move on the YouTube around in the cold. Where it says I want you. What feeling in my head, I'm one of my funky. I'm a sick and I'm a lunch. Me did the middle pay a better campaign. When I got to my baby something, it's a better hotel.
Didn't care what I did. Baby, don't be late.
On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show.
I know what people forget. You do me la 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 la. If you see my baby, why? When you miss your tear, don't so bad and that way. I don't go bad and that way. When you tear, don't go bad and that way. I'm burning on the one and that way. When you tear, don't go bad, tear don't go bad, tear don't go, tear don't go, tear don't go. When you tear, don't go bad and that way. No doubt, I'm burning on the one and that way.
It's off for the money about my wife.
Upianto ne coalition. Upianto ne coalition. Yapi upianto ne coalition.
What else?
What day? Upianto ne coalition. Upianto ne coalition. Upianto ne coalition.
Yeah, remember when they pay and boo a bonfia. I hope a promo yena buntia. Or you were time for Jano Manivia. Yambu Amusina Bumpia.
Sabupe Muano Menina Edi. Nana nyameni ya wakano ne bebe mo. Tawuma musa swabi ponyine tutu. So my party don't lose God, can't walk for my door, yeah. Everybody sing it, hallelujah. Hallelujah. 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 Make me sing, oh. Oh, yeah. I say, let me sing, oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Number fisa me shiase. Me koya masamba. Che. I hope you kakra be fair munti no wo say my why me ni dama. We need the ewu no. Number fisa me yasanseni. Che. Uhumi ana wo ye ma show afede we ni bomb so pena go say kwan poni. Na nya me nsano. Afede wo hu me tutu. Man am say me ya junkie ne sabusu bu kebi. Shame on you too. Afede me hu say me makobole yonki. Cheno. Kene ne musa monkey. If I check, I just say you the hungry. Why you yank about the social bossy? Me who ya the nana metiase. When they mean will be an Indiase. Man, I made a bench so I flower will be for handkerchief from the Pamania.
Muano meni na yedi. Nana nyameni ya wakano ne bebe mo. Tawuma musa swabi ponyine tutu. So my party don't lose God, can't walk for my door, yeah. Everybody sing it, hallelujah. Hallelujah. 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 Everybody sing it, hallelujah.
So bad. Don't be on me one. So bad. Don't be on me one. Hey, so baby. Don't be on me one. So baby. Don't be on me one. Tiate, me waru baba. Me we am before. Me we am before. Me we am before.
Manua. Nama wa masabayo. Sophie Manua. Namanan. So me. Nami se mi masabayo. And ya bada whatever. I'll tell you with your eyes on good. Get on your all done all night. Oh, shake it fine. Not done all night. Oh, shake it fine. Tiate, no worry about the way I'm for. The way I'm for.
Brian Tintin, Brian Tietia, Brian Hodaho, Yadin Yatano.
On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show.
I am my shorty, I am my shorty, I am my shorty, $10 go
Elsie Mensah. Good evening to you. I just feel like a party tonight. Who is later? When we chill, hey, I'm been on my bank. I'm maybe selling so, but then also the lipstick in the eyelashes. I'll be. I'm a Pokula. Kindofu. Opadami wakele wele. Opadami watampiko. Enye bibi antina me bro. Anyema ya telephone number antina me beresano. Matesa papaya juma wa ministries. And yeah boy, but so me mama to bro cake the meat pie. Brony friendly pastries. When you not brony friendly pastries. When you not dress we have something in common. When you not dress I am my shorty.
Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. One man here. One baby at the show. And one baby at the show. Mushanani. She a buy one Tobias. One Tobias na me hunu. One Tobias na me siano. Olu kuni ni minisiatio. Inini bawo. Inini bawo. Anuga wanua, siaka esione. Bidiba bum bum bum, bidiba bum. Anuga wanua, siaka esione. Wanubeya wakre mafe, mafia nanaji. Wanubeya wakre mafe, mafia nanaji. Mibrebia, tutu sana bida. Say you don't understand, my African girl. Mibrebia, tutu sana bida. Say you don't understand, my African girl. Skip on it, skip on it. Yum, my girl, my little girl.
I don't go in and no me. I don't go in and net. You want and fauna. In the Asana, more Fenchiaka. Son of you, Jandy. Shinamo Triabos. From the until day. Remember to the air, don't kind. When you say one for me, why we put our bed. Sherry, Sherry. All the wash out, Sherry, no waffle. Sherry, Sherry, all the wash out, Sherry, no waffle. Sherry, Sherry, all the wash out, Sherry, no waffle. Sherry, Sherry, all the wash out, Sherry, no waffle. Sherry, Sherry, all the wash out, Sherry, no
Oh my baby, baby come back to me. I no go fail you tonight. You are my shorty, you are my body, you are the one and only. I make you feel alright, right.
On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show. What's it?
I'll be 16 years, I could be like this, so if you touch my Tino, I go tell mommy, I'll be 16 years, I could be like this, so if you touch my Tino, I go tell Poppy, Hey, when you go, when you do, keep the pace, not the race. Check me out, but don't be silly. And then there's a 16, but you may need my sweet when you're body, you know be big deal. Uber shash, and our face off, you went out of the 15 girl when you want. Now 16, wait to be your own area boy, don't fuck up. I know they cheap, so make you try fuck off. Did they hear me? Or that was go fuck off. Get the men, Billy, I be innocent. Measure me jeans, in this get hipster, I'm aware. But I show me bad in the chest. Where you can buy you for no say. I'll be 16 years, I could
your moon coming down. It's a chat, I'm a sorry, fried. It's one when I got up, baby. From my way, I don't you want to go jump in now, what in your way. We don't need to get jump in now, what in your way. I did my action, but it's coming down. Me to chat, I'm a sorry, fried. It's when we knock out the baby. From the way you, I don't you want to get on me, I want in your way. I don't you want, I want in your way. Me brownie, brown, I want in your way. I got to spend one month, I want in your way. Me brownie, you like me, I want in your way. I don't you want to like me, I want in your way. I don't you want, I want in your way. Brownie, I want in your way. Get to know one month ago, I want in your way. Brownie, I take it to you, I want in your way. I don't you want to get to you, I want in your way.
Money no be problem. On it's on the block. Alright, I'm back again. You know what time it is. Straight up. Alright, what's up? Listen. I bank him another game, I miss him. Michelle, she been on the froze, so win, you know. I come off and I take it in the yam bimbuna. And with Simba reason, I the real day, you ma. Oh, Piebo, what did I dear preach, ma? What a tema, Tama for him, she wouldn't let him. Then my papa, my dear, and papa Sukurapoma. I guess I'm a major home, poor Biasoma. I shall wait in a put up on the young conqueror, just some pipe, a few rice, one genoa, but Tema Bobuano, mini bean Timamua, one on the Jamabakari, eh, Billy Patakwa. As I see that, they be a one I'm over near my papa, Pivia, was saying Yamu to Fiaka. As on to be a man, Sakana de Yamia, but the whole I came out to 5 with the Bianca. If you want to join my brother, if you get you man to do fear, so to give you a bar. And this one you to Puma. No, now those was a champagne. I have done still I go maintain. I bet shoot is skin pain. But go be numb, your guy complain.
The way you did be my speckle. This girl could they kill me.
Money no problem.
When I see her by the mess so, baby why do they do me so? She they mash up my head oh. This girl go they make her go low. Hey, the way you did be my speckle. This girl could they kill me.
It's been a long time since I saw Millicent, but she will always be my number one chick. Cause a brother mini bow, no one on the team. I say, Charlie EL, go back out. See the hook up to Manopa. If it's an wedding, see the Suja for so far. Then time penny pin. If it's an America, and so one of the fan of Gomami Buatupa, but here whoa. For the Gomabeda, and you will see the view, which you become Monopra, or you go to the figure when they were carved flexi. And the baby don't have an ending until they didn't be the key. At it in the Wuffy, or to what I say, until the new be. I give me listen to the new defeat. I'm a tidy diagram as a bad news. Now, what I don't have a brother. If you get you man to do fear, so to give you a bar. And this under your Puma. No, now this was a champagne. I have done still I go maintain. I bet shoot is skin pain. The good be numb, your guy complain. You know what time it is.
The way you did be my speckle. This girl could they kill me you. When I see her by the mess so, baby why do they do me so? She they mash up my head oh. This girl go they make her go low. Hey, the way you did be my speckle. This girl could they kill me you, kill me you.
Stay your back on, no, no. Stay your back on, no, no. Stay your back on, no, no. I swear to them, we are more than what you're doing. That's your call. From Africa, get the beat. Dance to the groove and through the heat. I swear someone not to go. You're the Congress, one not traffic. You say I the conquer. You just see them a boy them they wonder. Now me be the under the fire. African get them a get swagger. Oh baby, baby, you way I go to follow away. Cause you turn me on, you bring me joy, you make me go away.
African get the beat. Them be sweet, sexy like cheese. With your back on, no, no. With your back on, no, no. Dance with your back on, no, no. With your back on, no, no. So I said, when my African get the beat, dance to the groove and feel the heat. I saw someone anti and no, you never almost so I'm not traffic. I think I got the beat, dance to the groove and feel the heat. Namoya sana, namoya sana, namoya sana, namoya sana, namoya sana, namoya sana, namoya sana. Samoan, baby jet, Yana Mama Wolf, baby first. No repeat, no surrender. I'm more fake, and say Akuma, Linda, Barbara, Monica, Jessica, Pamela, Sarah, give me a diner. Linda, Barbara, Monica, Jessica, Sarah, give me a diner. Linda, Barbara, Monica, Jessica, Pamela, Sarah, give me a diner. Linda, Barbara, Monica, Jessica, Sarah, give me a diner.
Them say life is sweeter than, but you for take it easy and make you know the rush and blow your meter on. Just get your hustle on, then be fly you day for land. Use your head and use your hand. Don't you envy brother man? After all we all be one, no hey. So keep doing what you doing and don't watch nobody. Now who you for listen to? Be Baba God, mankind go give you story, but in the end they go leave you lonely. So make your own story, yeah. Wallahi, baby I'm in through the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah. Wallahi, baby I'm in through the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah.
Winners don't quit, cause quitters don't win. God forgive us, save us from sin. Bless us with success in a couple of things, and protect us who well know the trouble it brings. West won't break us, West will make us. West will take us with some fear haters. Yeah, cause we got game like the Lakers. I spit raw naked. I think life is like the video and whiskey. While from the ghetto, the alpha, a rich kid. By the boat running your game at the stakes. When you dream big like the big says. M.O.B. money over M.O.B. money over bridges. M.O.B. McDonald's over Burger King, and spend the rest of your life trying to lose digits. Okay. Bosses they chill with a drink rosé, like play with a drink J3. Life is short like May. Weather, bring the storm with me. Weather, cause we got cheese, mo, cheddar, R2B, so beer and get that, Dano, beer and get that.
Baby, I'm in through the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah. Wallahi, baby, I'm in through the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah. Me, I do my thing. Me, I know they do like them. Them in the rush, where I be cool like wind. Them in the cool, where I be hot like gin. I go cross the line, I go win. I go bend back mine from within. Tell them say we just get begin. R2B's be the new religion. Whoa, yeah. So keep doing what you doing and don't watch nobody. Now who you for listen to? Be Baba God, mankind go give you story, but in the end they go leave you lonely. So make your own story, yeah.
Wallahi.
Baby, I'm in the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah. Wallahi, baby, I'm in the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah. Wallahi, baby, I'm in the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder, yeah. Wallahi, baby, I'm in the bankoma. I keep moving on, I'm a soldier. I never lose the title, I'm a holder.
Hi. For those of you who are listening live from Accra, please, National Day of Praying for the Black Stars. I hope you took it serious. Nana, how much is the CD today now? You know what? When it comes to this time, I like talking Ghana because Christmas is around the corner. And when it comes to that, who's the best person to talk to about Nana Sapo? Nana, come around. Let's talk Ghana, man. Let's talk Ghana. Whilst I relax my breath. We're coming to eat. Yeah, we're coming to eat. But let me bring Nana on, man. Belinda, handle the... Belinda, we got Nana on there. We can't go multiple cameras now. Christmas, they come. Where's Belinda? She'll tell us how many days we are from Christmas. No, babe. Not this camera. All right. Charlie, Nana, Christmas is around the corner, right?
Yes.
And usually, everybody has Ghana in their plans. But this year, Charlie, changed more. It's not just the CD thing we've been talking about. Have you checked the airline tickets lately?
It's outrageous. But I think that's every year, though.
No. This year
Well,
seems a little bit.
Yeah, I think that this year, as we know, the airlines do not have enough staff. They don't have enough flights. They don't have enough resources. Airports in Europe are not as open. So it's almost like more people are going with less resources. So they're squeezing us.
I checked prices over last week. So United Business 9,000, Premium Economy 6,000, Economy 3,000.
It's going to be full.
It's going to be full?
Because this is when you have those people who have been traveling all year start to use their status, and their miles to get into those seats. So they know that those seats are going to be bought. There are also those business travelers who have to go no matter what, right? So they could care less. I always tell people, the longer you wait, the more you pay. Back in the day, you could wait and play the tricks. You could purchase your ticket on Tuesday. All those strategies are out. The airlines are just, killing us.
All right. Now, people are going to Accra, people are going to Ghana. Hotels in Ghana booked as of now.
Yes.
This is like the third week in October.
So with hotels, what hotels typically do is that every hotel knows, or every city knows their hot time, right? The busiest time. So what they do is that they always jack up the prices even before we get into that window. So like Accra knows that from December 20th to January 3rd, you're gonna get the premium rates. So they start jacking up their prices, and as they continue to book, they continue to raise those prices. And nowadays it's computer that does it. Back in the day, it was somebody that was sitting there and going, oops, I see 100 rooms, let me raise it up. Now the computer goes. So they have these parameters that they set in the computer that it says, hey, if you book 50 rooms, raise it by $100. If you book 100 rooms, raise it by $200. So it can go all the way to $1,000. It's a matter of if you want to pay or not.
I do, I usually do either at my sister's or my mom's, or where do I usually stay? Kwame, I beg. It was just a breakfast. Villandro is my second, virtually my second home when I'm in Ghana. I know what their rates are, pretty reasonable. Charlie, Airbnb, what's up? Decent rates or crazy?
No, Airbnb also goes up. Airbnb follows the same trend because they also have systems that tells them the high demands. And then also the owners of Airbnb know that the prices are going to go up. Sometimes they even cancel your reservation. Yeah, Airbnb will cancel your reservation if they feel that they can get more money, right? And because it's their homes, nobody is tracking them. They can decide to close the dates and reopen it for a higher rate. So the secret is that if you want to go, book in advance. That's it.
There's nothing around.
There's nothing around it.
So you think Ghana will be full again?
Oh, Ghana is going to be super full. Ghana is going to be super full because every year, remember that people have been home for 2 years. So there are people who have had this dream of going to Ghana for the last 2 years, and they've been locked down, and they're going no matter what.
I think we've been taking it for granted because we were there 19, 20, 21. We think everybody, yeah.
But there are people who haven't traveled to Ghana in 2 to 3 years, and they want to go this year. Yeah, so the demand is there.
There was some wahala with Afrochella. Still coming on?
Afrochella as so far is still coming on. They got sued by Coachella. But I mean, as you know, with lawsuit, it can go for 6 months or even longer. So they're still promoting. Burna Boy is still headlining, and they have, it's going to be on. Nothing is happening with that.
We are not leaving before 25th, though.
But you know the secret this year, the prices only go down 24th, 25th, and it goes up again. Yes.
I mean, it's very disrespectful. I mean, the tricks don't work anymore. 26, 27, 28, 29. It's still the same high price.
Yeah.
Like January 7th.
Again, it's computer, right? You know how, like, when you go on and you search for a ticket, and then, the computer recognizes that you were on again. And then when you go back in the day when you could trick the computer, now you can't trick it anymore. So when he realizes that now all of a sudden people are not booking the 23rd, they're booking on the 26th, it's going to raise the prices. It's man against computer.
So your miles out. That's why you took all those trips. So you're not paying 9,000 for December, right?
No, I'm not. But let me tell you, the way I use my miles is I use it for places that I'm not going to use my miles for Ghana because you need a lot of miles. It doesn't make sense. So I'll pay the ticket to go to Ghana, and then I'll get the miles to go somewhere else. And like I tell people, me, I fly anything. I fly coach, I fly business when I can afford it. I'm not the type of person that says this is beneath me, or if I have to go, I have to go. Yeah.
We don't mind. We'll sit in 1A and 64E. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Mike, we'll be there. We'll be there. But whoa, I mean, it's a whole lot of talk. I have to be there. I haven't decided my dates yet. I'm still playing around with it, and I need to work it around, certain schedules. So we have, every Christmas we support our orphanage over in Ghana. So we'll be talking about it later down the show. But we need to fix a date to sort it out. And last week I decided, let me jump on, check some prices. And oh my goodness, it was just ridiculous. And it's crazy. I had, somebody called me for some event in Accra. And I was straight with them. I said, look, I have a party in Accra, January. You guys are looking at December. The two of you get together and cover my ticket because I can't. It's too much for one person to do. It's ridiculous. So we'll see. Anyway, how do we come here? The show is over. Yeah, December to remember. The show is over, right? I played gospel. I played everything, right? Yeah, we're done. So let me just. Which one? Power Rangers. Oh, if you say Power Rangers, okay, I just played that one and then we finish. Yeah. So I really can't say anything about MQF 2023.
Not yet. No. Not yet.
All right. We have something coming up, and we'll talk about it later. My mouth wanted to say stuff. Anyway, for now, the cruise is on for April 28th to May 1st. Yes, a lot of you have booked. I think everybody is booked now and has their invoices up there, so we're good to go for. There's still a few people who registered as 2 days ago. If you want to get on the MQF cruise, just hit me up. Facebook or WhatsApp, and then we'll sort that out. And 2023 would end up being very pleasant. Verlinda says 62 days to Christmas. Okay, 62 days to Christmas. All right, yeah, Verlinda, Mrs. Santa Claus. She always gets everything right related to Christmas. Okay, so I'll play this song. We remember the good old days. This song still reminds me of Charlene, though, and you jumping up in it. Oh, Cough is no, Kiss Daniel's new one. Yeah, Cough. That's the new Kiss Daniel. That's yeah. Okay, I'll get that. All right, let me play Power Rangers and I'll play Cough, and then we'll be out of here.
Jason, I will be going only for you. If you say I get you superpowers, I forgot me to where you go. Dr. Dollar Entertainment. I'm the end of the fight, like Power Rangers. Oh, I forgot me to where you go. Now me be Cinderella, now you be Superman, kiss you where you live. Now you be trying. head they rotate you. Yeah, pour water for my head. Your mama, your papa. Show me where to go. Where your sister, your brother. Tell me where to go. Now me be Cinderella, now you be Superman. I want to kiss you where you go. Now you be Tramenta, now me be Sujita. I want to meet you where you go. Tell me for my, who be for my, if I'm not me, love me. Baby, tell me a body that go no fire reach, no fire reach, baby beggar no fire reach, baby beggar no fire reach, a body that go no fire reach, a body that no fire reach, baby beggar no fire reach, baby beggar no fire reach.
Oh, let me say something about Kiss. Yes, this is the new Kiss Daniel song, Cough. And let me say something about Kiss Daniel. You know Kiss Daniel, the guy who played Booga. And I remember when Booga came up, he was saying, hey guys, I hope this song can go viral. One day I'll play at the World Cup. The World Cup begins in 2 or 3 weeks. Guess who's playing at the World Cup? Yes, Kiss Daniel. Booga will be played at the World Cup opening. Man, he got his words. And this is, of course, this is brand new one out there, Cough. Enjoy, Ivy Rose.
To flex my love, I want to impress, and I want to carry my love away to a place she loves. I'm a man, I want to impress, and I want to carry my love away to a place she loves. Die who, or die who, yeah, or die who, die who, or die who, yeah, or die who, die who, or die who, yeah. My body calling, and your body picking. Loving you, they make me forget, say I get problem. By the end of the night, enter bathroom, fresh up. I want to flex my love, I want to impress, and I want to carry my love away to a place she loves. I'm a man, I want to impress, and I want to carry my love away to a place she loves. Die who, or die who, yeah, or die who, die who, or die who, yeah, or die who, die who, or die who, yeah, or die who, die who, or die who, yeah, or die who. Who the f is your bestie? Danny bro, You don't want to find my trouble. Enter bathroom, fresh up. She na me you come through when your heart break, when she heart break. Na me the bite dinner for your mind then. Enter bathroom, fresh.
He calls this one Cough.
My love,
COUGH.
And I want to carry
the talented Kiss Daniel.
With this she loves.
I'll play one more new song and then we go out. When I play this song, tell me what other song it reminds you of. I hope I don't get into trouble with this one. This man's new song is coming up. What does it remind you of?
By the end of the night,
and see me, I just walk it alone, make it alone. I tell myself things I go do, way I do. Charlie, I'm always on the move. No be joke, if you no be money, you go. Then me, I go. Mommy, don't cry.
I don't like Akosia's facial expression at all.
I know, say I tell you. I just body fight too.
Hey, you people, I don't like you people. I'm going to start the song again. What's this? I'm starting the song. Brand new Shatta Wale. What song does this remind you of?
tell myself things I go do. Charlie, I'm always on the move. If you don't be money, you go.
To me, I just walk it alone, make it alone. I tell myself things I go do, what I they do. Charlie, I'm always on the move, no be joke. If you no be money, you go, then me I go. Mommy, don't cry, yo. Sometime we go fly, yo. I know say I try, yo. But it's just about the fight, yo. She just loving my play. She said the freakiness be the way, that be the way. That is what I know, if stop the plants growing. I tell you, say this go pay, see the day. How many times me I tell you, say, go take my way, so I'm afraid. How many times me I tell you, say.
Yeah, I go see her. And DM. Oh, everybody's writing the same thing. Oh my goodness. You people.
Blood hot for water for pot, bubbly, I for the page house support. Baby mommy, if I ever do you wrong, then I'm sorry. Be part of the jet.
Half Puff, what song does it remind you?
Forgive and forget, oh my love, Joanna. Forgive and forget, oh. You don't see my life, you love, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because you out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Cause you out. See me, I just walk it alone, make it alone. I tell myself things I go do, what I they do. Charlie, I'm always on the move, no be joke. If you no be money, you go, then me I go. Mommy, don't cry,
Cause I think I'm fighting bounce up, down, Mama, me happy as don't. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl, it's out though. I'm a mind that's really dark, I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, I know holy, and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo, don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow.
Huh? Wasn't it similar?
I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow.
No problem. Sometimes you buy inspired designer, right?
Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for That's the mountain we make could have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Venice. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Venice. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Maybe another time, maybe another life. You will be my wife and we'll get it right. We don't cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Have to say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo. To the love of my life. My eye, yo. Don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow. 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 I need to go and shadow.
I swear, there are not a lot of you here, so I can say it. Belinda say, Alikudo Shayo. Alikudo Shayo. Huh? Alikido Shayo. Alikido Shayo. I need Igbo or Shayo. And that's how we bring it to an end today. Extending this a little bit. Last week I ended immediately after the interview, and it was so heavy. It took me through the whole night. And this week's interview as well was a bit heavy, but I wanted to party a little bit after that just to pep myself up a little bit. But thank you to all the wonderful people who were on. Janet Brackon here, Gloriana. Gloriana's cousin just sent me a message. Oh, you know, Yao Cheche. Yeah, that's his cousin. Gloriana, that lady on the interview. Yeah. And of course, Lorraine. Thank you to each and everyone out there. Next week, I can't remember what. Oh, next week, Enterprise Insurance from Ghana. I think they're on the show. Let me confirm. That's 30th, right? I think so. Yeah. Anyway, we'll send the information out there again. Yeah, I think it's next week's show. It's Enterprise Insurance from Ghana, marketing as one of their products to the diaspora audience, and they thought to read the diaspora, they might as well advertise on MQF. So we'll be talking about that. Alikudo Shayo. Alikido Ashayo. Shabruta. All right there. To Belinda, to Lillian, to Nana Sapo, Sewa Paco, Peter Paul Akwabwa, to Adrian and the team behind the scenes, everybody. Nana Duodu Akosia, Ekia Arthur, Alfred Sakifio, Alma Poku, Me, Benedicta, the staff of Afro Star Radio, and of course Odadia Radio, the Nate family over in Delaware, Bridget and Pacheco. Hey, Dr. Banga, long time no see. Bame Kindofu. DFDA, Francis and Beatrice, thank you. That Jedu family, I didn't see Anita today, hope everything cool. Ivy Rose, Jackie, Jennifer, Jimmy and Marion. Jackie, Lloyd Hughes and Effie. ML, Mabel, Mary Dugbate, Matthew Mensa. Maureen Arthur, Maureen Lamte, Missy G. National Man, the Ando family, New York City. Nanette and Bengan. Preba in the building. Ruth, Sally. Oh, nice one, man. I knew you'd be on today, though. Thank you. Shelly T from beginning to end. Digital Handy Crew. Solo. Fuchu, Stella, Ted, Verlinda. Vida Butcher, Yvonne Boret, Annalise and Shelly-Ann. Half Puff, Nanaya Prepre, Thelma, Kwame Chumesi, Anita and Rex, Irene Poku, Charlie. God bless you all, man. Have a wonderful week. The month of October is always fun. We'll catch you same time next week. I think we are on with Enterprise Insurance. If not, I'll make it a tourism show next week. Hold on tight. Thank you. On behalf of all of us here in MQF, have a wonderful week, man. Stay tuned, Brian.
Yeah, this is Bonkuwa. My brother, Professor Eko Atempo, DJ for show. Today, birthday party in America, Maryland. He's chilling and killing everywhere. I will love you. I can't keep waiting. Papa, yo, no, na keep waiting. This is Grandma Kamoko, aka Bukomako, only a foolish dog run after the flying birds. Ekwachambu, you are the best solution in the country. Ekwachambu, you are the best solution in the country. Ekwachambu, you are the best solution in the country. Say Bankueba.